Let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Give me back my son!
It's the 6 o'clock to check in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show.
Give me back my son! 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 Give me back my son!
Everybody tune in.
Give me back my son!
Mommy likes.
Give me back my son!
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife.
Give me back my son!
Hey, it's Mitch texting in.
Give me back my son!
The crack at 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Give me back my son! 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 Give me back my son!
All right, 6:06. Welcome back to another installment, a Thursday edition of the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Lieutenant Eric here with you, YouTube Trev behind the monitors, and we welcome back.
Daddy.
Been a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How you been, guys?
The Dave Jamieson.
Jets.
How are you doing?
Jets. Jets.
Yes, Dustin Nielsen. You might remember him from this past week.
From TSN 1260. I remember him.
He's
Yes.
off to Bell made the call,
Yes.
and he answered the bell.
Yeah.
And he's off to Winnipeg tonight. Jets and Sharks. Dustin Nielsen has the call on the Jets regional. I would assume TSN.
Yes.
Whatever's blacked out there, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's where Dusty is today and tomorrow. So we are
Do they
pleased
play
to be.
tomorrow as well?
Well, no, but
they
he does
play
the
tonight,
game
they wrap up,
tonight,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it would be something if he got the red eye and came back. I know Noodles does that in Toronto. Just saying.
Can't do that in Western Canada.
Now we have the privilege of having you on call,
Sure.
which we're
Yeah.
very grateful for. I
Yes.
know, you or Will Fraser, who has, had a
Who's
few.
more available? Who's more unemployed?
Does Will
I
have the
win that.
longer drive? I guess he's out of town. Like, he's not even in the city limits. You are in Edmontonian,
No,
kind of
it's different area code for Willie.
Yeah. So, so you're since the last time we
Yeah, I'm
spoke.
great. I'm great.
We
Let's
don't
get
really
on
need to.
with the show.
Usually we catch up on things,
Yes,
but I mean, it's
but
not
we
really
don't have
much
to
to.
now. We've got
No, I
nothing
mean,
to-
it's.
Yeah.
Probably talk to you Monday too.
You got it.
So Dave Jamieson in for today and tomorrow.
Yes.
A good show. Things are crystallizing in the NHL playoff seeding picture race, whatever you want to call it right now. And happy regular season finale day. I guess it is today.
To those who observe.
To those who observe.
Sure.
Load management is in the air.
Eric,
yeah.
it's hockey. We don't do that here.
Well, we call it something else, resting for the playoffs, or some other
We don't
term
even
that
do
you-
that.
No, well, you
Yeah.
can.
Give me back my son!
All right. You can text anytime, 780-218-9999. It is the Paris Jewelers inbox, which you'll be playing for a Royal Pizza gift card today.
It's the Bling Box. It's the Bling Box. It's the Paris Jewelers Inbox. And they got lots of fancy, shiny things. Look at this, look at that. Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men, too. The Ring Box, the Bling Box, the Paris Jewelers Inbox.
Paris Jewelers flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. You can check them out. West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, or online at parisjewelers.com. Canadian and family owned. And as mentioned, one of your texts today will be crowned the Royal Pizza text of the day. $20 to Royal Pizza is on the line. Didn't even have the inbox open. My bad here. I will get it open right now. But 780-218-9999. Kind of a wide open text day. So I don't know where we're going to land or where we're going to go. Maybe you want to be complaining about the white stuff, Dave, that we've woken up to again. A lot of people as well. So you can text 780-218-9999. The other way of getting in touch and communicating with us is on YouTube. And a great morning to everybody watching on YouTube. The Nasty Chat is humming along. A lot of people wanting a Tales of the North from Dave Jamieson today. Hey, wouldn't that be something? Yeah. JMO doing Tales of the North would be epic, Rod Z says. Costura says...
Well, not as epic as you might like.
Well, JMO lead Tales of North today.
Yes.
Do you got one in you?
I don't know if I could conjure the character. I got to get my voice straight.
You don't want to...
It usually comes in about hour 2.
You don't want to bastardize it.
No.
You don't want to take a good thing and... Yeah, so Nasty Chat's coming along. So another L tonight since no Tales of the North. We didn't do one on Monday either when Dustin was actually in. He forgot.
Oh, really?
He forgot. A lot of people got mad.
Oh.
They credit Tales of the North to a winning team.
Don't get so... Here's my advice. Radio bits eventually go away, right? They do.
How dare you?
Well, I'm going to go there. There'll be a time someone will walk in.
Give me back my son!
Someone will walk in one day and say, we're not doing Tales.
You know who's returning for the playoffs?
Who's
we found
that?
out yesterday? Dick Veneret.
No.
Yeah, he's back. We have a studio now carved out for him. He'll be able to come in here and do his... Because he's not allowed at the rink, so he has to do his satellite.
You remember when Will Fraser did a Dick Veneret when Dusty was away? I do.
What do you mean did of Dick? Dick Veneret's a real man.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, he did an impersonation of him.
He did a knockoff.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, today is we'll find out what happens today. Obviously, going over last night's NHL picture, and we'll do that in the morning announcements here coming up. But everything's kind of on the line tonight. Maybe or maybe not. Hey, I don't know. What do you have a preference on where the Oilers finish? It's Kings or Ducks. Maybe you even want to start
Utah.
away.
I wanted them to play Utah because I just like
Utah.
the matchup, and I find Utah an interesting team.
Yeah.
Don't care at this point. I'd like to see Ducks just, it has been a while.
It's different.
Obviously,
it's
it's
not
different.
The Kings.
I like different.
Yeah. Trev's going to weigh in here. He's got an opinion.
Something about Vegas Golden Knights, versus the Utah Mammoth is so much sexier than Vegas Golden Knights against the Coyotes. Is that fair? I don't know. Like if that series, something about the Coyotes, they were always just a boring team to watch, to play against. If you're an Oilers,
boy, they were good
fan.
under Gretzky.
They were unreal under Gretzky.
No, they weren't.
No, they sucked. But I know just the thought of just the Utah Mammoth and Vegas Golden Knights, the Utah Mammoth and the Oilers, potentially in a series. I get up for that so much more than if it was the Oilers and Coyotes. Like I would have been like, oh. Like
I mean, the whole Ken Holland thing and all the connections or some of the connections that the Oilers and Kings have. Yeah. Okay, I get it. There's some baked in storylines there.
Yeah, people are. There's a little fatigue though in that series.
There is. Of course, there is.
The Mammoth. The Mammoth are fresh and new, and I see it's just too bad for like Coyotes.
Faithful.
Well, Ryan Smith has done a lot.
12 of them
that they probably wouldn't have done in the desert.
Yeah.
But they still had some like good young players coming through that you're like, you give us a year or two and that could have popped or broken and would have.
Sure.
So it's too bad on that front. But no, I hear what you're saying. It's a new look and it's fresh. But yeah. Well, let's get into your morning announcements right now. I want to mention the Nielsen Show also brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Book an estimate today at weiss-johnson.com. You get a new Train furnace, 15% off any additional mechanical system done at the same time. Get that AC looked at, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater as well, 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit Weiss Johnson today. And we are coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. They still got that 3-piece bone-in chicken for just $8, so check them out today at Popeyes. Morning announcements, and we'll get into the playoff picture specifically here in the West and the Pacific as it lines up tonight in all the scenarios. Not as many, Dave, as you would have, right? Like we thought like you'd be coming here today and you'd have to go.
One of those pin boards?
Yeah, goal differential and
no.
all that stuff. It's pretty straightforward to what I believe. Maybe some people will disagree. Like maybe if you,
Lay it out.
if you want to have an opinion on it.
Drop it on 'em.
We'll go over all the scenarios tonight as the Oilers and the Ducks and the Kings will all be in action. Golden Knights with the win last night, sealing up first place in the division. Do you even want to win a division when it's this week?
No, actually, yeah, like
You know
that's
what I mean?
like
Champions of what?
I
in
would.
that sense.
I was
And I'd
thinking
raise a
this.
banner.
You take any of them. Yeah.
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like as a fan, there's nothing. Usually, there's a sense of pride that you get when you win a division.
When you win
title.
it.
Yeah, when you win it. This isn't. I wouldn't
No,
even
when you're
say
the last one standing in it. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say, oh, they would like the Vegas Golden Knights. Did they win it? I mean, technically,
You guys are so honorable. I would
I'm just making an excuse.
I would absolutely banner raise.
no.
I would
This
banner
one's-
raise, and I'd have small rings.
Oh, this,
For
player.
winning this year's specific
Yeah.
division. Yeah,
not
yeah.
this one. This
Maybe
one
a
was
small
tough.
parade. Like not a big one. Not
Just
Jasper.
Ice District, a quick loop.
Go down 118th, maybe.
I'm totally okay with them not winning it. If you're gonna win it, like go out there and have a wicked season, not a limp your way in. Oh, the Oilers come away with the title. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the narrative is. I'm just kind of. I mean, you want to win everything, and certainly division. It also helps too when it is weaker. Like it does give you a better shot, I guess, at winning it. But lo and behold, they're not, and I think that's fine for most of you. I think that's fine for most of you in terms of playoff matchup. Wrong? I know you. We wanted the Mammoth. You wanted to take a look at the Mammoth,
sure.
but in terms of like on ice, I think it's better. You're either drawing the Kings or the Ducks, as aside from the Mammoth.
I'll take that. And you know what? At this point, just win the game you've got in front of you tonight.
You don't
against
care about the
Vancouver.
opposition.
No,
well, there's still a game to
bring
be
it.
played tonight. You're right.
Yes. Yeah, let's not forget about
Let's
that,
not
shall
get
we?
ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Morning announcements here. They are brought to you by Hattie's Golf Shop. Golf swag you won't find anywhere else. Visit hatties.golf. Use the code NASTY15. That's NASTY15 for 15% off online orders. So, last night in the National Hockey League,
Please.
the game that we were paying. Now, a tidy one as well between the Stars and Sabres, which finished in a shootout, a Stanley Cup rematch. Two great teams that may make it to the final again this year. Stars taking that in a shootout 4-3 over the Sabres. But the Golden Knights, 4-1 victors at home over the Kraken. I do believe Seattle was up 1-0 in that game at one point, correct?
They were. Yes.
Yeah, so Vegas taking care of things. Carter Hart, 957 in net. Again, last night, Mitchie Marner getting on the scoreboard. Riley Smith, a pair of goals. So the Golden Knights, with that win, kind of make tonight slightly less interesting, but still some things to get through. Golden Knights.
It's the Torts effect.
This is more than a
You
bump.
guys laughed.
This-
I said,
yeah.
you guys laughed at
I'm
me. I
still
was
laughing.
in this chair when they made that move, and I said, Tortorella will get them there. He'll push them through.
Where? To the...
Sky's the limit, Eric.
There's no limits right now. I'm still laughing, though, but not in a...
Now you're taking it seriously, huh?
I hope
Okay.
I'm just laughing that, I don't know, it's him and it's Vegas and it's so NHL, like it's so hockey that like it shouldn't be a thing, but it is a thing,
But
and
it's
it's
a
working
thing,
and it's, yeah.
And it still works.
Sure. And as a hired gun, this is the best part. A hired gun, a hired hand. There's no like project. There's no long-term like, oh, we got another 2 years of this. No. You're
Committing to you long term in your vision. We need you to do a job. He's a
day
contractor.
by day. It's day by day, yeah.
Yeah, he's putting in your
Favors the
backsplash.
turtlenecks.
He is putting in your sink and backsplash.
Yeah.
When you're done, submit your invoice. See ya.
Oh, that type. I thought you like a contracted killer. Like that.
No,
type
no,
of-
no, I
That's
wouldn't.
kind.
No.
No, well,
That's Rick Bonus.
we played that audio yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So the Golden Knights with the victory. Senators also defeating the Leafs. If you're paying attention up there east, I mean that's kind of a nice bye-bye to.
How about the Red Wings? Did you
Final
see
game
Todd last night, Coach Todd?
Well, they had the fall from grace. We heard from Bones. They call him Bones, Rick
They do
Bones,
call
the
him
Columbus
Bones, yeah.
Blue Jackets. The Islanders obviously
Yes.
making that coaching change. Like a lot of teams out east with
Yeah.
expectations, maybe not so much high, but expectations nonetheless.
Sure.
Failing to get things over the line this season. So final end of the regular season tonight, but goodbye Leafs. You can take a second
Goodbye,
to kind of
Leafs.
laugh
Hello,
at
Keith Pelly.
He's still taking it online, hey?
Oh, he's
This is-
taking
it's
a
gonna be-
pummeling.
It's going to be a long summer in Leafland.
Just use AI. You'll figure it out.
He looks like one of those guys that wears funny socks.
Yeah. We had a prime minister like that.
Shut up.
Oh, Dave, don't do politics now.
Stop it. 6 more games, though, tonight as the regular season wraps up.
Sure.
Blues in Utah.
Yeah.
Sharks in Winnipeg, and that's the game that Dustin Nielson will have the call. Jets and Sharks tonight out in Winnipeg. You got the Avalanche at home to the Kraken, playing up the string there. Then the other 3, which are of some importance. The Anaheim Ducks are in Nashville. That game gets underway at 6 o'clock Mountain. Kings visiting the Flames. That gets underway at 7. Also underway at 7, the Oilers here against the Canucks. So those are the 3 you're watching tonight. Once again, the Oilers do have the tiebreaker on both the Ducks and the Kings, if I ain't mistaken. And I don't think I am, but you can correct me if you want. So basically, the Oilers get a point tonight.
Yes.
They will finish in that 2 spot. And then depending on whatever happens between the Kings and the Ducks, right now the Ducks and the Kings are even on 90 points. The Ducks do hold that 3rd spot. But depending on what happens in those games tonight, we'll see what the opponent is. I really don't care. I think whether it's the Ducks or the Kings, I know stylistically they're 2 different teams, but I do think the Oilers, even banged up as they are,
The rink
have
will be
enough.
sold out. No one cares.
Well, they have enough
one
to get
cares.
past them. Well, nobody cared last year in the opening round. They played the Kings. There was no buzz. Nobody. The opening round now is. It used to be getting to the playoffs, and it was just like, we're in the playoffs. This is great. This is
I know where you're going. That's our poll question. I know we don't have a poll question.
Do you care?
Is playoff fatigue set in Edmonton? Does Edmonton still care?
It's set in. It's set in due to the fact that they played the Kings. Like last year against the Kings, there was no pop or jump. There was no car. I didn't see one car flag.
He's the 20-something in the room here.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
What say you?
Yeah, you nasty.
I'm
fruit.
excited.
I'm excited, but
But
there's definitely.
it's different this year, isn't it?
Well, I actually thought of that question. Is there a little bit of playoff fatigue settling in the city? With
Opening
this
round
fan?
fatigue.
I think so. But how much of that is just playing the Kings?
Has Edmonton become complacent?
That's why I think if it's the Ducks, it's a different color, it's a
Yeah.
different place, it's a different everything, and you get a little more.
Yeah, because
And it's not boring hockey.
Yeah,
No, they're exciting. Coach Q.
in the same story pretty well for the last 4 years. Let's get a new story, a new chapter in the story, eh?
Get a new hate on.
But the NHL wants rivalries, baby. Look at the rivalry.
But if
they
you're
have the
always
Kings.
losing, LT, is that a rivalry?
Will Ferrell, and
Steve Carell.
6 times a charm,
Snoop
7
Dogg.
times a charm. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. The Korean ladies harmonica, Philharmonic.
Sure.
They're bringing them back. I know they are.
Good.
It's confirmed.
Garth Vader says the Kings series last year was one of the best series in this run.
Okay.
The series was good in terms from a neutral point of view. It was entertaining. The Oilers went down.
It was.
They
It
fell
just-
back.
It would have been. Yeah, it was. It was a good series.
Yeah. Will rink be sold out if we face Colorado round 1? Well,
I think it'll always be sold out. No,
we're not. Are we even tempting that scenario? Like I think
they
I think
brought
what
it
you
up
saw
on the Oil Stream
Are you
yesterday,
kidding? What?
and Hustler actually brought it up
What
on the
did he
lock
say?
shop. He said, "Is there idea? Could this potentially happen? And just the prices just being too ridiculous that the Oilers are unable to."
But haven't we
sell
had
out
this
Rogers?
conversation for years now?
they are not.
That's
They're
another
getting
thing.
a point tonight.
Oilers.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I don't know. This season's been a huge
No,
question
come on.
mark.
Yeah, but I mean,
the
the
Vancouver
Canucks-
Canucks. Get real, guys.
If you were playing in Vancouver tonight, I understand because it's your final home game, like the fans.
The Canucks beat the Avalanche 8-6 2 weeks ago.
I know, but look.
It was 2 weeks. They were still, just a little bit of pride on the
They're
line.
the Vancouver
This is
Canucks.
the final game. They're away from home. They just want to
Their bags.
Right.
They're done, yeah.
right.
And that's what Tommy said, like on the Oil Stream yesterday. He's like, I've been on the plane for those
Right.
games, when I was covering the team, when I was traveling with the team. They just, their mind's not there.
Like if it was in
They're
Vancouver,
thinking Mexico. They're thinking, oh, I want to drink.
but if
on
they're
the
at
beach.
home, they want to go out with a bit of a.
Yeah.
You want to show up for the
For
fan.
sure.
Like,
Well, of course. you
Yeah,
do.
it changed.
but on the road, who cares?
Yeah, it does.
Like, they just.
The Canucks will do the bare minimum tonight. I know they'll say, for next year and young guys and creating culture.
What are we even doing
They're
here?
done. They're done.
Sapporo Jay and the Nasty Check Canucks are on a 3-game win streak.
Who
I know
cares?
that. Are we actually? I didn't
Come
even want
on.
to. We're not seriously going to go there this morning, are we?
Crazier things have happened. I'll say that. If we come in, I mean, I don't know, man. They should win. Hyman's game time decision.
Yeah, he'll play.
He'll play. Yeah,
Yes.
he's in. It's all in.
You think Hyman play? I think Hyman plays tonight.
I think so.
You get tuned up. You'll want to get tuned up. This is a play-in game in
For
terms
him.
of Pacific Division. When you play yourself out of the wild card,
Sure.
you play in.
You still need these points because going into the playoffs, potentially if you lose and you're playing the Avalanche without 100%,
And if they're
close
playing the
to Leon
Avalanche-
Draisaitl, I don't like their chances at
Well,
all.
then they would. I could also see them like rushing or kind of being like, oh, it's like he's not going to be 100%, and you're going to be like, oh, we need to.
Yeah.
Okay, but
The rink will be, just to answer your question, the rink will be sold out if they play Colorado. Or to that texter's question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any team.
yeah, Hyman is
but-
playing tonight. Hyman was skating yesterday, I think.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
he's
Yes,
in,
he
yeah,
was.
yeah.
He spoke to the media, and he was Zach Hyman, as you remember.
Draisaitl spoke, and
Yes.
he's so he'll be back.
He's
But we're
looking better.
not entertaining the possibility that they're going to finish in wild card 2.
Oh, for love of God, both of you guys, please stop.
Okay.
Well, no,
Okay,
but
just
Yes, sir.
Rod Z says 8% chance Oilers face Avs first round. See, 8%.
Right, thank
Yeah,
you.
92. So, come on,
go with the data. Data don't lie.
numbers don't lie.
Big data, big data, big daddy.
Big Daddy, Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Let's just step aside from hockey for one brief second if we
No.
must. Brewers getting past the Jays yesterday 2-1. Apparently a leaky roof in Milwaukee.
Yes, I saw that.
Keegan Matheson was stranded on some I-90 something or other. He was
Right.
trying to, so he's, the Brewers Stadium has a leak right by home plate apparently. It drips all the way down.
You ever heard of the Big O in Montreal? Yeah. Okay.
More
Water
than-
gets in.
You
Water
have your
gets in.
cute little leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But apparently it's affecting the ground around home plate, which to the
Oh.
Brewers' advantage is something. But I wouldn't be talking about that too. Like you keep that under your hat.
Yes.
Like you don't want them,
And you act
sniffing around.
surprised when it starts coming in. You're like,
yeah.
this has never
This
happened.
has never happened. So Jays fall 2-1 to the Brewers last night. The rubber match of that series goes
11 a.m. today.
11:40.
Thank you.
So, plan your lunch accordingly on that. Blue
Sure.
Jays Brewers, they will continue a weekend set in Arizona beginning tomorrow on their 9-game
I'm
road
really
trip.
digging Joe Siddle on the broadcast
Yeah.
with Schulman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone with Schulman.
Sure. YouTube with Schulman would be good.
Absolutely. He might get to see him on his best trip of his lifetime in July.
Clavicular.
Clavicular.
Are you guys following that looks maxing?
Caligula.
I am.
Yeah, I love how you're just
Well,
you're in the know of everything. I'm very impressed.
you think I did
I was
the
not
cataract? You think I did my eye surgery because I wanted to see better? It's called
Yes.
looks maxing.
Looks Maxi. Wow, I'm very impressed
Yeah.
that you're in the know of this.
And he
That's funny.
overdosed a couple of nights ago, I think.
Yeah, yesterday.
What a shame.
He's in
Bright
hospital right now.
young future.
Mr. Beast.
Different guy.
Yeah, same, but yeah.
But still, very,
Same, but
very
different.
influential.
But still same.
Turning
Yeah.
point. What was the play, Alberta? We did 3 hockeys, didn't
Lost mine. I know that much.
we? Who were you on?
I was on the Sharks to beat the Blackhawks.
Sharks,
I'm
Blackhawks
Going dog. I'm going dog. The
Who
rest
did
of
I
the
take
way.
again?
I thought you did.
Did I do
not-
Golden Knights?
I thought you picked. Were you not on the NBA?
Well, I
at-
was going to, but I didn't.
Look
And
at
that's
you
why I
t-
wanted to know.
Ew.
Look at you, D-gens. You can't even remember what you picked.
I've got so many rods in the fire here. I
yeah.
don't even know
Come
what's
on,
burning.
guys.
No, I was going to pick the Magic. They lost. That's why I'm curious as to what I originally went with because I said Magic. I was feeling Magic, but I wasn't confident enough to include it. I do think I went Vegas Golden Knights because it was the easy one. And I think what did Dusty take?
Dusty Sens?
Was he hockey as well?
No, he
Sens?
took
Yeah.
well, he always takes the Sens.
Well, yeah,
Now,
I think that's why. Yeah,
You know
'cause he's
why? We
voice
know
of the
why.
Senators / Jets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the Sens win a cup this year, he gets a ring.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team photo, the whole bit. So yeah, NBA playing last night. Magic falling to the Sixers 109-97. Warriors topping the Clippers 126-121. 2 more play-ins to go.
Steph Curry, or as Gregor called him, Seth Curry. I know.
35 points.
Yes.
Hornets play the Magic tomorrow at 5:30. Warriors take on the Suns tomorrow at 8. Those are your final 2 play-ins. You win or go home in those. And then it's off to round one. Raptors Cavs
let's
Saturday
fast
morning.
forward to the final.
Yeah.
OKC and
That's it.
Okay.
No, that's your
Just-
final.
just
I don't care who
OKC?
they're playing.
Okay.
They're going to win.
Yeah.
And then you also got the RBC Heritage
I sure
Open
did.
kicking off this morning. A few players on the course there, so we'll keep somewhat updated. Tyler Pendrith, Nick Taylor. Who else for Canadians
long live
here?
the Live Tour, eh? You
Yeah,
saw that
Corey
news?
Connors. Well,
No, I know. Don't go there now, Dave. Don't go there now. You're only in as a guest co-host.
what happens now with your John Rahms and
I don't know, Eric.
we'll. Did you want to
apply
talk
for
a little bit later in the
reinstatement.
show? Yeah.
No, I don't.
No,
No,
neither
I
do
don't.
I.
I don't understand it.
No, we'll wait. We'll wait till
Sure.
don't just speculate on a
Yes.
was it Financial Times piece, right? So that's your kind of your. I know Trev will have more of this in the sports update, a little more in depth, but Oilers obviously tonight game day. We will have your GCL Diesel pregame show with Tom Gazzola coming later tonight at 6:00. Let's just go over the show. Didn't even take you through the menu today. We'll get a sports update here in a couple minutes. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. I know a lot of you are maybe not necessarily fired up for the opening round if it's the Kings, maybe more so if it's the Ducks, but also some other things. I know the weather's got a lot of you fired up. Hey, Dave, the white stuff.
The old white stuff.
Hey, what happened to spring? Huh?
How about that guy who lit a fire in the bus stop just down the street?
Well, fired up. Maybe it's a
That's him.
Gemco fireplace.
Yes. Trev got it.
Yeah, fire.
See, a fire and fired up.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Craig Button will be in today. Usually it's Luke Gazdick and or Bruce Boudreau flipping their Thursdays. Gaz couldn't do it. Don't know why we didn't reach out to Bruce, but anyways, we've got Craig Button on again. You get a double dose of Button here. So he'll be by at around
double
7:05. A double shot. Play Alberta Early Bird. I Got Beef at 7:30. Reid Wilkins from the Reid Wilkins Show, 3 to 6 alongside Jay Milne. He'll be by at around 7:40, 7:45 to talk Oilers.
No.
Kind of easy trivia, 3 questions too many. An orange and blue breakfast as well. We'll put this game up under the hoist and dive into the numbers, let you know everything. 8% chance that the Oilers play the
Golf clap for Evander Kane tonight from the crowd? No? Barely a notice? A thank you?
Well, he might.
They already thanked him.
This is a chance.
Oh, that's
for him
right.
to-
They did. Yeah.
He doesn't get another one.
Chance for him though to
Just
really stick it. I don't know. Like, I don't like him being around in a game like this.
He scares me.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't scare.
It's in the game.
Concerns me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He scares me.
Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. 95.7 Cruise FM. If you're listening on the Crystal Clear FM dial this morning, great morning to you. iHeart, TuneIn Radio, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. A variety of ways to digest the show. We will take a quick sports update here with YouTube, Trev. It's for Paramount Flooring. Are you ready to treat your feet?
yes.
Visit them in store 10707 184th Street on the West End here or online ParamountFlooring.ca. We'll take a quick break on 95.7 Cruise FM, a traffic update from the lovely Pauline Higgins. And we'll be back with more sports Oilers talk after this. It is Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson and the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta.
Last night in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights do win the Pacific Division for a 5th time in the franchise's 9-year history. They do this after a 4-1 win over the Kraken. Senators cap off their regular season with a 3-1 win over the Leafs. The Panthers devour the Red Wings 8-1. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks finish their season with a 5-2 win over the Sharks. The Stars get their 50th win of the season in their last game, 4-3 over the Sabres in a shootout. And the Rangers double up on the Lightning. It's the last regular season game of the season that sees the Oilers host the Vancouver Canucks. Zach Hyman is a game-time decision. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 with Puck Drop at 7. 5 other games on tap tonight. The Sharks are in Winnipeg to face the Jets with Dustin Nielson on the call. The Kings battle it out with the Flames. The Ducks and Predators clash at 6. Mammoth play host to the Blues. And the Kraken collide with the Colorado Avalanche. The Brewers snap their 6-game skid en route to a 2-1 win over the Jays. That series is split at 1 apiece. Patrick Corbin, he takes a mound for the Toronto Blue Jays later this morning with first pitch at 11:07. Play-in action continued yesterday in the NBA with 2 games. Tyrese Maxey's 31 points led the way for the Sixers over the Magic 109-97. And Steph Curry's 35 points got the Warriors over the Clippers 126-121. The play-in tournament continues tonight with just 2 games. The Magic host the Hornets, and the Suns battled the Warriors. And in the RBC Heritage Open, Chandler Blanchette, he is the clubhouse leader, shooting 1 under through 6, while Taylor Pendrith and Nick Taylor are getting set to tee off. The Sports Update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Our in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit our showroom 7 days a week or at ParamountFlooring.ca.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. Give me back my son! Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. Give me back my son! Tune in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Tati and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Brzezinski and Noodles, Gadget and Gauge it. Go to play Alberta to make a little wager. We can't wait. Give me back my son! For the Monday mandate. Give me back my son! Rocky's always on time. Give me back my son! Always late. Give me back my son! Forget about the old place. Hey, give me back my son! Under your tax brace. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want to kiss away? Give me back my son! And remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rapaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Give me back my son! And the tales of the north, all the point of human person. Does he go on? What say you? Give me back my son! Hey, nasty crew. Give me back my son! We got the Nielson Show flu. Give me back my son! We can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
6:36. Yeah. What say you? Coming at you there. That's a Nielson Show original song, and it's brought to you by Sportball.
Handcrafted.
Spring is right around the corner, Dave.
Yes, it is.
And it's the perfect time for kids to get active. You can try new sports, build confidence, multi-sport programs, soccer, baseball, basketball, football, and more. They focus on fun first, no pressure, just play and learning. Sportball.com. You can use the code word EST15 right now for 15% off select classes. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's got the call tonight out in Winnipeg as the Jets play host to the Sharks to round out the regular season there. YouTube Triv, you heard on the sports update for Paramount Flooring. And Lieutenant Eric here with you as well. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, welcome back. Of course, the iHeart TuneIn Radio app, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and on the YouTube. And if you are watching this morning, please subscribe to the channel. Thumb us on the YouTube. Give us the thumb. Give us a like. Smash that like button, and we will change 100 before the hour is out. Noah Vander Kane tonight. He is not really managing a load. No load to manage, but Noah Vander Kane, sadly.
Let the young players play.
Yeah, step aside. I think Library Pat, a Canuck fan told me the other day that E. Kane has been a consistent, healthy scratch since he played his 1,000th game, so he might not be a source of worry tonight. Okay. I haven't really brushed up on the Canucks that much this season and keeping in the know. With it, I mean, they were out of the picture. A lot of teams, especially in the East, were kind of hanging around the picture for later in the season. They were out quite early.
They committed to not being good early. They got in on it.
They know they're doing it properly.
Well, finally, because for years they have been, and that's been one of the many problems in Vancouver, is they haven't figured out how to suck.
I can't wait until they draw the 10th lottery ball or something like that. Right?
Well, the fan base will take it well. They usually do.
It won't be a problem there.
No.
780-218-9999 is the Paris Drew-Lose inbox. Once again, you're playing for a Royal Pizza text of the day. Royal Pizza still making it great. You can try their spicy vegetarian on right now. Loaded with the veggies, nice and bright for spring, which is just around the corner here, Dave.
Yes, it is.
You wouldn't know it, though, due to the weather outside.
But you said before the show that you were irked by people who are upset at what has happened here. Like you find it odd that people who've lived here for a long time or their entire lives or even
generations,
relative
homesteaders,
newcomers who are still surprised when stuff like this goes down in Edmonton.
Trev, let's get to Fired Up right now because you've lit the...
I've lit the fuse.
We might as well just elongate this segment and get going on this.
Like Billy Joel. Didn't start the fire.
Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces has been proudly serving Edmonton area for 45 years. They are the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco 9281 50th Street. And yes, I know Josh Clausen, friend of ours,
Yes,
frequents on the Hangout 9 to 11 with Matthew Iwanek and Tom Gazzola here on EST. This is it. Like if you look at the forecast, it's going to be double digits. We're flirting with 20s come the weekend. Yep. So we get a little moisture in the form of snow, sleet, rain, whatever. April showers, right? Isn't that an old poem?
Sure,
April showers
all of that. But I will confess that fatigue does set in. And
yes.
You look out and you see this and your shoulders slump. And your posture, which was rigid, if you will, as you started your day, you just sort of go, one more, eh? I got one more shovel in me.
What? You don't even need to.
Oh,
You don't even need to. Now, again, with the temperature as it is, it's a little slick. Like I get the roads.
Mm-hmm.
I would be, if I was, driving this morning, take it a little slow. I know Pauline Higgins has her work cut out for her this morning, I'm sure.
Yes.
On the roadways. But no, I will say, as somebody who uses my feet and usually does a lot of walking, it keeps the dust down.
Which is an issue for you.
Everything looks disgusting at this time of year anyways. Everything's brown and dirty and there's dog crap and garbage, all that stuff. Like
you've really created a wonderful...
I've painted a picture.
Bucolic image of Edmonton.
I love living in the city, as the old Fear song goes. But,
yes.
This is it's a fresh blanket. It's not like it's that snow either that melts off from the winter and it's gray and it's dirty too. This is just a fresh, it's nice and bright. It looks nice. Now I know you've had 6, 8, 10 months of it. We always kind of like to exaggerate that point.
Of course.
But to your earlier one, we are a hearty people, are we not?
Yes, we are. We are less hearty than we once were.
Yeah, let's not feed into the narrative that...
Move on. Let's get ready for the postseason.
Well, yeah.
All right.
But I do think last year during the opening round, I was enjoying G&Ts on my patio in a golf shirt. Now, I will be doing that by Sunday, though. I'm just going to say, tomorrow, sunny and 5, Saturday's 11 degrees.
Based on the matchup, right? We could be going Saturday. Did I hear that correctly?
Sunday or Monday.
So okay.
I think Tom Gazzola had that, did he not? Yes, Sunday or Monday.
Dallas and Wild are Saturday.
That's going to be a hell of a series.
Yeah, I can't wait. That'll be fun.
And you have the history there, obviously, with the franchise.
Both
the
stars, kind of.
It's the North Star Bowl.
North Star, and then just the star. So that'll be good.
Yes.
But 17 Sunday, 18 Monday, 18 Tuesday.
That's fine.
So
get to it.
This will all be gone in like poof, like that. One more day today. I think we can handle it.
You'll see me in the crowd of 30,000 down at Ice District.
With your glow sticks.
Pogoing up and down.
Tied up and tucked down the thing. And
you got it.
You really get into
Soother.
it. It's like a Mardi Gras to you. Yeah, it is your Mardi Gras.
Yes,
right?
it is. Yeah, beads.
You're not
Beads
even there for the
everyone.
game. You're just there for the party atmosphere. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so either Sunday or Monday. I know we'll be, as EST is, as always, live on location. Tommy Gazzola will be doing his pre and post games. We'll be doing our watch parties and everything like that. Ice House downtown, Boston Pizza Westgate, Boston Pizza Clareview. I do believe Hudson's White, I'm sure, all in the mix. So keep it locked. EdmontonSportsTalk.com is where you can go to see our full list of on-location shows for Tommy. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well so you can be in the know when he's going on air both before and after the games. The Mike Modano Cup, somebody says. I like that.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I've seen that online a couple of times as well. Rob from the Grove says this afternoon most of the snow will be gone. Yeah, it's just.
I
don't mean to harp, but I just it
as
really
you're about to harp. I like that. I like the way you set it up. I don't mean to harp.
People don't like
but
when I get
please
mad because I get like
continue
really.
harping.
But yeah, it's just like give
Continue
me a
harping.
break.
Okay.
Like we've been through it's not minus 40, which it never gets to anyways, but it's not minus 40 anymore.
We want to talk lines here for Oilers Canucks
we'll
tonight.
get to that.
Yes, I
Orange
know
and
you're.
breakfast.
What are you fired up about?
Well, what are you fired up about? I know that there was a fellow, and it's not even that
Well, I'm
cold
not
out, but
even
he had
fired up about. That was my entryway to
I
this
know, yeah.
segment. I was genuinely surprised, if not a bit concerned. Not so concerned that I stopped to get out of the car to see if there was an issue.
Oh, you drove by.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
as I let the record show, first one here to the studio this morning.
Well, as
always am.
as per tradition.
And I drove by the bus stop, which is just down the street from EST Central. And it was, I didn't see the individual inside, but there was a decent-sized fire going.
It was pretty good.
And it was a pretty good blaze.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I arrived just, moments after he got the thing lit, but I looked and thought, oh my God, there's a human in there. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have pulled over, got out, and seen if there was an issue. But of course, I just gawked. Guy looked okay, appeared to be
Did you
warming
slow
his
down a
hands.
bit and kind of give the
Honk? No, I didn't. I did,
Yeah.
because I wanted to see
Yeah,
what
yeah,
was
yeah,
happening
something.
in there. If someone lit a fire and then ran off. But no, it was an individual who was seeking refuge from the cold,
Yeah, it's
which
no,
I would understand if I were
probably out all night. I get
Yes,
that.
I
But it was a
understand
pretty good fire. It was in that bus shelter
Good
right by the
blaze.
Harveys here on the corner. Hey,
I don't know if I could start a fire just out there in nature on my own. I don't know if I'd have the skills. Well, I don't have the survival skills. I mean, look what I do for a living. Part-time.
Well, you'd be able to, the glasses that you have, that would help, as magnifying, You
In the middle of the night.
Well, not
Oh,
at
Oh, like at night?
Not at 5 in the
4:30
morning.
at night? I
Can't start a fire with my take my glasses off and start a blaze.
I thought you were just saying in general. I was like the glasses.
okay.
will help.
no.
Oh, now I get it.
Daddy can. If we dropped you in the River Valley for a summer, you could.
Oh, I could get
You could
by, you
probably-
think?
I think so. You
Sure. I could
in your
forage.
loincloth.
I could forage.
For some reason, you would declothe. Like you could have kept your clothes. No,
No.
you'd really
I'm
get.
going to do this. If I'm going to live this way, I'm going completely naked.
Yeah.
Yes. Dave. you
Naked
just-
and not afraid.
Right.
That's the name of the show. Yeah.
Exactly.
Naked and brave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we wish that individual well, obviously.
Yeah,
But it
of
was a
course
pretty
we
good
do.
sized flame. Like he had it going there. I got to give credit. But it was just one person. Then you got a
It
bird's eye.
appeared to be two. You went by him as well, right?
Yep. Just one person
Just
when I went
one
by.
individual in
It looked like a candle when I went by, so it wasn't too much of a fire when I went by.
Yeah.
But I was like, "What the heck is going on there?"
Vance Van Vandervan in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Snowfall this far into spring is like me getting slapped after trying a dirty limerick as a pickup line. I can't say I was at all surprised. He also says snowfall this far into spring is like me getting arrested for public drunkenness at the bowling alley. I don't like it, but I'm not surprised by it. Colin the Amishman says JMO's glasses are apparently so thick they can concentrate moonlight into a 5-alarm blaze. Maybe the light of the moon. There is a on a clear night.
Is that how they're showing up on camera? I mean, I know you've given my God. It is bright in here.
Well, that's
I mean,
why we wear a cap. Maddie
Yes,
doesn't like the
I
caps.
know
He doesn't wear them, but
I would not normally wear a ball cap doing this, but if I look up, I feel like a center fielder playing at the Big O.
it's a good fit
It's
on you.
bright, and
These caps are a limited run. The ones Trevor and I are wearing. That's of
are you
course.
doing a playoff hat? I didn't think
Well,
to ask.
I know Maddie's going to have a pop-up shop coming up soon here. Now, this is all for the Hive Product Marketing, official merch partner of EST, promotional products that bring the buzz. You can check them out at thehiveproductmarketing.com. So if you like what we wear, get in touch with them for your business or your turn, whatever clothing, apparel needs
Matters
you need.
not.
Go to the Hive.
Can I ask this question?
Yes.
As someone who comes in and out of the EST world, could I order a playoff shirt today? And how would I do that? I like to plug what you guys are doing.
Great question, Dave. I know those shirts have fired you up. You can go to edmontonsportstalk.com right now. If you go in the top tab, it'll say EST playoff shirt.
Oh,
You
okay.
click on that link, and then
And there's a
we'll walk you
graphic
through this
there, and
if you could,
please.
yeah.
Well,
so go
I
on the
don't-
website.
I
Do you have internet over there?
No.
Can you? No. You're not even. That's not even
I'm
on.
not even
this
connected.
is all.
This is all just. It's really just kind of a.
It's window
prop.
dressing. Yeah. But you go in there, click the link. It's the Win the Whole Effing Thing t-shirt. Now, I know we fired up the press yesterday. It's got to get to like 200 degrees, 250, 300 or something like that.
310.
310 is and I think we got it there, hey?
Yeah, we did.
Now, we still need to print these shirts.
I don't know how much printing got done yesterday after I left, but there was only one shirt that was.
Okay, well, we're going to get these.
Dusty, and that was Dusty. What he was going to do that was on his agenda.
Yeah.
Now he's gone.
Oh, okay. I see the shirt.
Yeah, so there it is. So you can take a look at the shirt. We don't have to, you're not going in blind here. There's a picture, nice picture of the shirt, what you're purchasing here, $35. Win the Whole Effing Thing t-shirt. We'll have some wearing around here in the office when they do get printed, but you can order yours today. Once again, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Click the link, EST Playoff Shirt, and it'll take you right there. You can select your size, quantity, and all that stuff.
Standard fit. It's not a modern fit, as we like to say, tight. I like that. I like them really tight.
Oh, it's tight.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah, because
Well,
that's
you can
the way I
order.
like to roll.
They're small here, yeah. It says, will ship by day one of the playoffs, if not sooner. So day one of the playoffs for the Oilers could be as late as Monday. So really, we got a little track here, I guess.
So I think that's why, because Dusty was probably like, because we were expecting Saturday. And so that's why Dusty
Things have changed, so that's okay.
Need to get this done.
We will get those shirts out. I know a lot of you have ordered them already, and we thank you for that, but it's a nice look. It's clean, it's fresh.
It's got a little Blue Jackets feel.
I know. I know.
Did you guys catch that?
I didn't want to bring that up to Dusty here, but it does. Yes, Bones, we see you, we hear you. We all want to be you. But I do like the win the whole, and then the O is the puck. But if you add EST, it's win the whole Wessel. Win the Wessel effing thing.
Win the Wessel.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of a play with itself. Yeah. Get the shirt today, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Pre-order yours, and we'll get it to you by day one of the playoffs, if not sooner, but no promises there. So that's where you can get the shirt. And I know Matt Iwanek is very excited as well. He's got a pop-up coming soon for a lot of other things, caps and whatnot. Keep it locked to EST here, and you'll be up to date on all those good things going. Shovelhead says, good morning. I cut wood yesterday. The snow in the bush is over knee deep. Perfect. And that's just it. In a month and a half, it's going to be dry as a bone. Everybody was saying, fires and all that. And you need the moisture. It's fine. It's either this or I'd prefer rain. I love spring rain.
Yes.
Spring rain is the best thing. You can open the windows. I get
Green.
that. Yeah. But this is moisture. It's great. It's good. We should thank the maker. This is what you just.
It's the farmers need it.
Do it.
For the
the
farmers.
farmers.
That old chestnut.
Think
exactly.
about the farmers.
Yes.
Exactly.
When you get all this snow, this moisture, it might be annoying, but think about the farmers.
No, you raise an excellent point. But us urban dwellers, it's all about us.
Yes. So I've learned being in the city.
Yeah.
But I will say it's scratching an itch just seeing memories from this time last year.
Oh, it's funny. That's
Scratching an itch to go out to disc golf or to just golf. I was at the driving range a year ago yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was sunny.
But we've all done the May long camping trip where it snowed and we,
Have you heard about this, JMO?
Which the May long camping
well,
trip?
just in general.
Yeah.
It's April
I've heard
16th.
about it.
You could get snow again.
I haven't camped in a long
snows.
time.
It does
I don't see
snow.
myself
it
doing
could
it
snow
again,
June even. I've seen.
Why not?
Why not? So I'm fired up about that. You're fired up about the shirt. Are you fired up about anything else? And I know, so tonight, does it matter for you in terms of the Ducks, the Kings, and or an 8% chance of finishing outside and
getting
taking on the
Colorado?
Avs? I mean, that does matter. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's not going to happen. I'm fired up. I'll be more fired up tomorrow if we're talking about in a negative way. Like, I do not want to come in here tomorrow talking about Oilers v. Kings again. I can't. That would fire me up for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
I'd be annoyed. I really would. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
But isn't there even just a level of gratitude that they're in the playoffs?
Yeah, and then see,
knowing
that's where
how badly things,
have gone.
no,
this season.
not okay. It's certainly not hit all of the expectations they had or we had for the Oilers this year. I get it. Not an awful season. Yes, the division is less than. But when you think of other teams in the NHL looking at you, Toronto, how badly things can go and how quickly, the fact that the Oilers, are able to get back to have a chance to compete for a third straight Stanley Cup.
Yeah. And I think
Not
that's
bad.
where... No,
Not
it's
bad.
great. And I think that's where a lot of fans, I put myself in there, where there is that fatigue. Because I haven't thought... I'm starting to be like, you know what? You're being a little picky, Trev. Like, the team you love is in. Be thankful. They're in. They have a chance. It's annoying that they're playing the Kings again, but the bright side is they're in the playoffs, and that's all I ever wanted.
Because the alternative, and you haven't been at this very long, is they're out, and you're heading into the summer of news conferences, tearful goodbyes from players who've been here a long time, and all of the stuff that's happening in...
You've also got to watch all these other teams compete in a postseason, and you're X amount of days away from CFL football or the next thing in this city to kind of get going. In a sense,
whatever
where you have
that
big gap and gulf of
done
time.
That. We've done that.
We've done that. And again, once they're kind of out of, if they haven't made the playoffs in those years, I do remember, and you're just kind of like Stanley Cup playoffs. Like we really don't. We care, but not.
We would say, and openly, was Edmonton is an Oiler town. It's not a hockey town. Because when it came to the level of engagement, you'd go, God, did you watch that series last night? Pick two teams. Doesn't matter.
Well,
and you'd go, that was an absolutely incredible game. Nothing on the text line, there was zero interest.
No. I'll point you to attendance for Oil Kings Game 7 the other week against the Saskatoon Blades. I'm just saying, you have hockey, but it's just it's Oilers, and I get that they're the third richest team in the entire galaxy.
Yes,
sports franchise of all the sports played around all of the galaxies in the Milky Way
universe.
It is the universe.
Yeah.
So we but I think too, does it not fire you're not, the Kings don't concern you at all.
No.
So it should fire you up that it almost gives you a flyer and a ticket.
But now there's the other years, every single year, I have been worried. The Kings have worried me and concerned me. So this year they don't. So that scares me.
And this year for the Oilers too is all in its head.
Yeah.
All the other years the Oilers have been expected, right? This is a window we've talked about, and they've been the big dog coming in.
Sure.
And we've also talked about the Kings in a sense where, this could be the year they get one on. This year, the expectations of the Oilers weren't as high as they've been, right? Like, we've kind of gone into this saying it's one of those years where we'll see what happens, but it's the summer, it's the cap going up, and then it's the next couple with McDavid. So that Oiler narrative is flipped on its head, and now the Kings narrative is flipped on its head. We've never been less concerned about the Kings.
Yeah,
I think heading into this postseason, if indeed they do draw them, which may
when you say less concerned. What I'm hearing with that is looking past them. Not going to say 4-game sweep because I don't believe that's
other
possible.
years there was always chatter about this Kevin Fiala and they've
got some play the Trevor Moores of the world,
and they can frustrate them and do all this and that. But I think the Oilers were just that much better the previous years. Well, the Oilers maybe this year, arguably, and given the injuries, aren't. I don't think the Kings are either.
No.
But all of these narratives are now flipped on their head where you're like, well, anything now can happen. The Oilers...
They did add Panarin.
It would be wildly hilarious if the Oilers do make it to the Western Conference Final, knock off whomever... Maybe the Avalanche don't even... whoever it is. This... If this is the year the Oilers win the Cup in the god-awful Pacific Division and all these other things we're talking about, that would be kind of funny. It'd be hilarious. It'd be a hilarious narrative of the past 2 years and the teams that they've had, and running into the Panthers and running into a Hyman injury and all of these things that maybe if this wouldn't have happened, that would have happened. They could have, should have, would have won. It would be kind of funny that this would be the year.
There would be an irony to it.
And playing another Floridian team in the Tampa Bay Lightning, shall we say, or something like that.
Oh,
I'm just hypothetically, but
yep. I'm starting to see that
McDavid reunited with John Cooper. I like the sound of that.
Coop.
Hey,
Coop brings out the best in McDavid. McDavid would, that's some motivation.
Yes.
As he's getting ready, he's tying his skates before the game. He happens to see Coop.
Mm-hmm.
They cross paths.
They lock eyes.
Does he lay down for Coop though in the final? Coach,
does he lay down the line? Yeah.
You got this, Coach.
I got you.
I'll lay down my sword. Nash in Whitecourt says F the Farmers, and he actually wrote at F-U-C-K.
Okay.
And it's directed at Trev. So
That's rude.
He's really got a thing against the Farmers. Living in Whitecourt as well. I mean, you're kind of more connected than we are here in the Big Smoke.
How could you be anti-farmer? I can't fathom that.
Rod Z says Oilers going to the Western Conference Final. Bring on Colorado, Atif says. So we're not even looking past just the first round, Dave. We are looking past the whole shebang here. Well,
we're a confident bunch out here.
Well, and they should be. This is a team that will turn it on. Now, again, the injuries are a thing, and we will see. I mean, Hyman is back.
Yes.
Again, none of these guys are 100% at this time. If and when Draisaitl returns, he probably won't be 100%, but good enough to go. So is that enough?
He has been injured before.
Yes, and we've seen what he can do.
Well,
yeah,
if not very well.
The Dickinson thing does that. That's a shame because he was scratching an itch on this team and this lineup that they badly needed. But yeah, I mean, there was another question we were talking about this week, and I'm not just going to say it in an individual, but just overall. Oilers goaltending overall. Are you more confident heading into this postseason than you have been the prior? With Skinner, Pickard, or with Ingram, Jari? You have the higher end with Ingram, but the lower end with Jari, as before you had Skinner and Pickard. And
okay, I'm going to answer. You presented.
And you might say Pickard again.
You presented it well. I felt a higher level of confidence, degree of confidence with Skinner and Pickard previously. I'll tell you why, because I think both together, the collaborative, if you will, was a higher level than what Ingram and Jari are able to
That's
provide.
What I'm saying.
And based on, what we've seen.
I think we all stack Ingram if you're looking at the four goaltenders, the top. That's without question right now.
Yes, the way he's playing now.
But you've also got that bottom end of if
correct. And that's the pair of Pickard and Skinner to me was a stronger.
If one wasn't feeling it, the other one came in and picked up the mess, and then you went back to it was kind of a thing.
Yeah, it was until it wasn't.
And maybe Connor Ingram. I mean, we will see. We haven't seen playoff Ingram, right?
No.
Are you?
He could be next level. He could be even better.
I know. No, I know. Well, but if then if you have to go to the toolbox here, I'm just saying, like, the confidence isn't there. Now, again, Pickard could find his way into the mix. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying today. Doesn't sign text guy says Unger went to Bakersfield as well, so that, I mean, again, could see something moving there, but. And again, Pickard might work his way into this equation, but just as things stand right now, it is Ingram, Jari.
You hope he doesn't have to work his way in.
Totally.
But
would love to see Ingram just pick this thing up and run with it, obviously.
For a whole bunch of reasons.
Yeah, but it's an interesting kind of question. Quite the take when farmers literally keep us alive, Trevor says. No,
that's where I'm with that texter and very much opposed to Trevor.
Nash and Whitecourt. Well, Nash. It was Nash and Whitecourt. He's not getting a lot of support on that comment.
You're on your own. You're out on an iceberg.
Sharpie says, agreed with the moisture comments, boys. Love the moisture, but 10 degrees and rain is greater than -5 in snow. Yeah, no, I sure. If I'm taking anything, I'll take rain over snow in a draft any day. But sure, this is what it is. So I'm just getting back to the original point of this fired up segment for Gemco Fireplaces. Let's just.
Can't we all get along is your message.
Look at the extended forecast. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Let's get to a sports update here. We got Craig Button joining us here. He's been gracious enough to slide in place of Luke Gazdick. He'll be our first guest of the day coming up just in a matter of minutes. But first, a sports update with YouTube Trev. And it's for Chelsea LaBelle and Expedia Cruises. Get in on the wait list right now, July 17th and 18th. You can join YouTube Trev on the best trip of his lifetime, going to check out the Jays and White Sox in Toronto. It is solidly booked up, but get on the waiting list. Still some time between now and July, obviously. Have you looked outside, Dave? There's lots. Call 780-970-4834. Call or text and say, put me on the waiting list for that trip, July 17th to 19th. YouTube Trev, and a bunch of other nasties down to the T-Dot for Jays and White Sox. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, FM. We'll take a quick break, a traffic update from Pauline Higgins. Should also mention that hour 1 of the Nielsen Show is brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. Plus, you can order online anytime at ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. Sports update and a button right after the break. Stay tuned. This is the Nielsen Show on EST, presented by Play Alberta.
The finish line is finally here. The Edmonton Oilers wrap up their regular season tonight at home, hosting the Vancouver Canucks. Zach Hyman is a game-time decision as he looks to return to the lineup for the finale. Don't miss the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage kicks off at 6 o'clock with puck drop at 7. A 6-game slate last night brought some clarity to the playoff bracket. For the 5th time in their short history, the Vegas Golden Knights are Pacific Division champions. They secured the crown with a 4-1 win over the Kraken. The Senators ended their season on a high note, taking down the Leafs 3-1. Florida absolutely dismantled the Red Wings 8-1. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks finished their campaign with a 5-2 victory over the Sharks. Dallas hit the 50-win milestone in their final outing, edging the Sabres 4-3 in a shootout. And the Rangers doubled up on the Lightning 4-2. Tonight's slate, 5 other games on the board, including the Sharks and Jets, with their very own Dustin Nielson on the call. Plus, the Kings take on the Flames and Mammoth host the Blues. On the diamond, the Brewers snapped their 6-game skid en route to a 2-1 win over the Jays. They're back at it early today to settle the score. Patrick Corbin takes to the mound for Toronto. First pitch is slated for 11:40. Play-in action continued last night with 2 high-stake matchups. Tyrese Maxey dropped 31 points to lead the Sixers over the Magic, 109-97, and Chef Curry Cooks pouring in 35 points as the Warriors outlasted the Clippers 126-121. The tournament continues tomorrow with Magic hosting the Hornets and the Suns taking on the Warriors. And in the RBC Heritage Open, Joe Highsmith, he shot his way atop of the leaderboard. He is currently 1 under through 8. And Canadian Taylor Pendrith, he's tied for 8th. He is even through 2. The Sports Update is brought to you by Expedia Cruises. You can join me for the best trip of my life, a weekend for Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17th, 19th, 2026. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to join myself in Toronto. Call or text 780-970-4834.
Give me back my son!
Middle of the road, he's trying to find me. I'm standing in the middle of life with my pants behind me. But I got a smile for everyone I meet. As long as you don't try dragging my tail, dropping up on my street. So come on, get in the road. Come on now, get
7:07, hour 2 of the Nielson Show is live. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's got the call tonight out in Winnipeg, Jets and Sharks. Lieutenant Eric with you, and YouTube Trev as well. Little Smalls there. That's going out to the Pod Squad. Didn't know that they were big fans of the legendary Edmonton punk group, but they are, and that goes out to them today, middle of the road. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, welcome back. And, of course, the iHeart, TuneIn radio apps, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And, as always, on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and smash that thumbs up, as well as we make our way through today's show. JMO will be here. He's here today. He'll also be here tomorrow, rounding out the week here on the Nielsen Show. And it is brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Get in touch with them today. AC, heater, garage heater, any of that sort of thing. Go to weiss-johnson.com. Book an estimate today. You can get a new Train furnace now and get 15% off any additional mechanical system done. And as well, 15% off plus no interest for 24 months on any of those items as well. Weiss-johnson.com. It looks like Craig Button is ready to go, and we appreciate his time this morning. Trev's giving me the universal signal that he is ready to go. He is our GS Construction hockey insider / analyst this morning. GS Construction, 5 decades. They've been proud to serve our communities, and they are hiring now. They're looking for experienced topman pipe layers and operators. Visit gsconstruction.ca and click on careers to find out more. And he joins us, as always, on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Craig, great morning to you. Twice in a week. This is a bonus for us. Thank you so much for answering the call and reporting for duty this morning. Well, you know what? Since I mentioned bonus, let's get into that really quickly here. I know you wanted to talk Rick Bowness and Bones with him. We've seen Rick Bowness in Winnipeg as well, talking about culture in days of past. He brought up culture with the Blue Jackets, and they're stumbling and bumbling to exit the playoff picture in the East. What were your thoughts on his words from a couple nights ago? And do you see him kind of returning to that Blue Jackets picture? Craig, we don't got you. We got the audio again, so we're going to have to fix that. We'll go and maybe get him in the Hyperloop. Trev's sweating over there. It's kind of...
This has been an ongoing...
Well, it's been an ongoing thing with him, but usually when Dustin's off, it works, which is kind of funny. So today, it's not.
I wasn't aware that it works when Nielsen is in the chair.
We'll reconnect. We'll reconnect with Craig,
right.
But I know we were going to get to bonus later. I just figured I'd tee that up because kind of led into it.
You know what I liked about bonus?
He was very, very emotional.
Well,
if you didn't watch and just listen to it, you know when you cry and you get that quiver in your was.
Well, it felt as if he was, whether he's back at age 71, if he wants to be, or the Blue Jackets want him to be, he did some very good work there when he took over and really helped galvanize that team. But to me, that was a guy up there with nothing to lose. He doesn't need the job. And it was, a shot both at the players, maybe even at management.
Oh, management, totally.
Management / ownership, whichever. And it felt to me as if it was not a goodbye necessarily, but, hey, this is what I've seen. Take this for what you want it to be.
It's an
There's
assessment.
something wrong here.
It's an assessment of everything. And they much like the Red Wings and the Islanders, I know they all different scenarios in different cases, but we're all in a great position at one point, and then Olympic break or whatever after that, and you just kind of...
But what I liked about him, and you don't see it in messaging at the podium much these days, is how direct it was.
Yeah, it's from a head coach. I know a lot of people specifically in this market said, you'll never hear that from one Chris Knobloch. I mean, of course, the Oilers aren't in that situation either.
I understand.
No, it is good to see. I mean, we had fun with the clip yesterday, as we like to do on this program from time to time. But
and Todd McClellan was in a different style, and of course his team goes whimpering.
Yeah, and booed off home ice as well, which he said the fans are very inclined to. I mean, that they should be able to boo. I mean, that's
sure. And you lose 8-1.
That's tough there. So it looks like we've got Button again. We'll try. Okay. Craig, holler if you hear me. Call him. We'll get you over the phone, Craig. We'll get this over the line here.
The technology, hey?
Hey, I don't. During the summer, we'll have to send Maddie out there and do like a test. Like we'll
to Craig's home.
We'll look at all the equipment.
And then what? Is he going to stop in at Bruce Boudreaux's?
We'll unplug everything, blow on it, plug it back in, all that type of thing. Craig Button's scheduled to join us here in a matter of minutes, probably over the phone. Unless are we doing the Hyperloop with the phone and video? I like that. That works just as fine. We should just kind of do that. Rick Bonus, Horseye says, more like Rick Bone to pick. The Wolf says, and looking into the Paris Julius inbox here, if Edmonton plays LA again, I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
Well, that you will. And I mean, that I understand.
You say that now. Look, you go out, you have a good time, whatever. I'll probably watch the battle for Pennsylvania. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. When was the last time it was Philly v. Pittsburgh in the first round? That's a good, and we're going to go around the horn with Craig, too, and looking at the other matchups in the playoffs. I
want to ask about that job that Dubas and company did in Pittsburgh this year.
I talk about expectations. I don't think they were expected too much to be in the position they're in.
No, rookie head coach, right? And I think it is perhaps... outside of Pittsburgh, an underappreciated job that was done there in that.
You've got Sid playing out the string here, and that's always kind of something. The Flyers too. I mean, a team that kind of never went away from there. I don't know why they're in, but they were hot down the stretch. So Craig's good. We got him now on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Craig, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
I love it. Apologies for all the mix up there, but you were going off on Rick Bonus. Let's continue with that here.
Yeah, well, I mean, Rick is a good coach. He gets
frustrated, and we know that
any
coach can
find frustration in a way a team shows its capabilities and then how it shows its incapabilities. And I think that frustration came out from Rick. But Rick is a really good person. He's a really good coach. And sometimes you just have to lay it right on the table. I know a lot of people, you got to do that behind closed doors. Why did he didn't attack any player. He just said the culture in Columbus changed. You know, would Rick maybe change a couple of things? Maybe. But when you sit and you're around that long enough and you go, the culture has to change. And if I'm going to be here, we're going to change it. I think that's something that is evident. One of the things that Columbus has continuously done over their history is that they throw young kids in there. They throw good young players in there, and they expect the good young players to just kind of magically come in there and be mature and teaches these young guys. I think Erica Branson is a really good leader. I think Boone Jenner is a really good leader. There's no way that Rick Bonus is talking about those guys. But when you start looking at the overall culture, and when I use culture, I don't want to use it loosely, but the environment, it's got to change. You can't just be a team that okay, 6 years out of the playoffs, okay, we're close. Good. If that's what your goals are, then I guess everything's good. But I think that Rick Bonus went into Winnipeg. He addressed the situation that was problematic there and changed it. And where it started in Winnipeg was with the captain, Blake Wheeler. It started right there. And, ultimately, Rick went in. He said, no, it's not good enough. That's not the case with Boone Jenner. I can guarantee you that. But in Winnipeg, it started with Blake Wheeler. They changed it. They bought him out. What happened with the Winnipeg Jets? And I think that Rick Bonus knows what has to happen. Don Waddell, over to you.
Yeah, and speaking of coaching changes, and I want to get back to the West here, the Vegas Golden Knights, obviously the John Tortorella appointment in as a hired gun, if you will, for the season. They're heading in hot, wrapping up the division last night. Sky's the limit right now for Vegas.
They've been a good team, Eric, throughout the course of the year. The goaltending was right at the bottom of the league. So goaltending gets better. It's amazing. All of a sudden you find a way to win more games. And they're a team that doesn't have the same offensive firepower that they once had. Obviously, you lose some players and they've had some injuries. But this is a team that played very, very well under Bruce Cassidy. And Kelly McCrimmon looked at it and said, okay, we need a little bit of a jolt here. Maybe some people would say that's excessive. But Kelly's got a good feel for the team. He's got a good feel for what the team may need. John Tortorella comes in. And I like that John said, I don't want to change anything. They got some good things. I just want to get them to believe in themselves and to do the things that I know they can do well. So sometimes, we talk about the stick and the carrot. And I think John took the carrot approach because he recognized what the Vegas Golden Knights had. Goaltending got better, and now they won more games. And certainly the Vegas Golden Knights, they're not going to have it easy versus Utah in the first round of the playoffs. Utah is a really good team. Yeah. That is not an easy matchup for the Golden Knights. But certainly on the right track, and that's what Kelly wanted to see from his team, and now they have that opportunity.
Craig, Oiler fans probably don't care necessarily who the Oilers will face in the first round, just whoever it is that the Oilers win and then move on to the next round. But what Oiler matchup, I should say, do you think is going to produce the most interesting and most competitive series?
Neither Anaheim or LA. I don't see it.
No?
I don't see either one of those teams. They're not good enough. They're not. If the Oilers play to their level of capability, Leon Draisaitl coming back, Zach Hyman, getting some players back in the lineup. I don't think LA. I think Utah would have been a tougher matchup for Edmonton than Anaheim. I mean, Anaheim is limping, literally limping in the play. They're terrible defensively. Terrible defense doesn't get you anywhere in the playoffs. So I guess that would be the easier one. The LA Kings, I said this on Monday. I said, get ready for the sour milk, rotten eggs playoff series. That's what food will be served if the LA Kings play the Edmonton Oilers again.
Now, the Oilers do need a point tonight to ensure that they don't fall to that wild card 2 spot. I mean, Craig, it's the Canucks. They're in town. It's a road game for them. There's no chance that the Oilers are playing wild card 2, is there?
Well, if they're playing wild card 2, then they have failed themselves. That's simply as I don't know what more I can say. And listen, don't take the Vancouver Canucks lightly.
Right.
They went into San Jose last week. They knocked their playoff hopes around.
They've won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
I know, and all 4-3 shootouts, right, and beating teams. So if I'm the Edmonton Oilers, it's real simple. We're starting the first period like it's sudden death. That's how we're starting it, and we're going right after it, and we're going bury Vancouver early. Get up by 10 minutes into the first period, and then you can coast. Don't coast into the game. Get ready to bury them early, because you listen. If they play Colorado, it's over. It's over and out after first round. They can't beat Colorado.
Well, and certainly in your scenario of getting after them early, the return of Zach Hyman would go a long way in ensuring that, right?
Oh, no question about it. And hey, I want to see Connor McDavid get 50. You remember early in the year when he wasn't scoring and everybody was saying, "Oh boy, what's happened to Connor McDavid?" I mean, everybody was hearing about it. I don't know if it was when he scored his 18th or 19th goal, but he was on a real streak there. And I said he's going to score 50. So I know Connor, that 50 is a magic number. Hopefully he gets that out of the way the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But 50 would be nice for Connor McDavid. Anybody that doubts his ability to score 50, he can dispel it. Not that 48 isn't dispelling it, but 50 really puts a stamp on it.
Craig, out east, I think I'm guilty of not perhaps paying close enough attention to what's happened in Pittsburgh this year. That's a really good story that Kyle Dubas and that group has fashioned, isn't it?
It sure is, Dave. And, I'll take you right back to opening night. Opening night, the Pittsburgh Penguins played in New York in Madison Square Garden. Dan Muse, who had been an assistant in New York, was the new head coach. What does he do? Right off the bat, he starts Letang, Crosby, and Malkin. They played 20 years together. That was the opening line. Right away, he showed how much reverence and how much respect he had for those players. That's continued on all throughout the year. And regardless of who has been out of the lineup, he has given other players responsibility, whether it be the young Ben Kindle, whether it be Justin Brazeau, whether it be Anthony Mantha. He has gone in there and given players a sense of belonging. It's not just about Sidney. Listen, when they lost Sidney, when he was out, I said, no, I don't think they can make the playoffs. Malkin was out, Sidney was out. But I underestimated the power that Dan Muse had injected into that team and right through the lineup. Erik Karlsson, if you haven't been watching, Erik Karlsson has had a fantastic season on the blue line there. Stuart Skinner has been very good. Sheloff has been very good. This is a team that really showed their way. Kyle Dubas made some really significant moves. I mean, you think about Chinnikov. I laugh, you guys, and I'll be very serious. I laugh after Quinn Hughes, and I heard about all the runners-ups. Oh, this team was close. This team was close. Chinnikov was another one. I'm hearing about all the teams that were runners-ups, right? Listen, when you're after good players, the last place you want to be is the runner-up, Because you know what it means? It means you didn't offer enough to get the guy you were after. It's a fail. It's not runner-up mode.
Yeah, there's no silver medals, really. No. you either get them or you don't.
Sour milk and rotten eggs. There's only sour milk and rotten eggs.
Sometimes I don't remember what I had for supper the previous night, and you were on the show Tuesday, and I don't recall if we had this question to you. Oilers goaltending, more confident this year in the tandem of Ingram, Jari, and maybe or Pickard, or the previous with Skinner and Pickard running? Where would you kind of come out on confidence level in that position heading into round one?
My confidence level was higher with Skinner and Pickard, and they went and showed it. They went to the Stanley Cup final in back-to-back years, and not only that, when Stewart stumbled a little bit, Calvin picked it up. And Connor Ingram right now has performed really well. There's no question he's number one, but I have Calvin Pickard as my backup. I wouldn't have Tristan. Tristan Jarry would be the practice goalie, the warm-up, the morning skate goalie. I don't think Tristan Jarry is a guy you can rely upon or count upon.
You mentioned Utah, a sexy team there, wild card one. Moving over to the East, though, and I know a few people in the Nasty Chat talking about the Senators. Dusty and I were they've been playing playoff hockey here for a while, essentially, and getting in. They're hot, they're sexy, they're fun. And I know Carolina, usually later on in the playoffs, maybe find a roadblock or such. Do you think Ottawa can do it in the opening round against the mighty Hurricanes here?
Yes, I do. And the Ottawa Senators are the team that Carolina has had a tough time with in the past years, whether it be Florida or whether it be Tampa Bay. They couldn't get past either one of those teams because those teams played heavy, hard, forechecking, at your net, defend your net, play along the wall, lean on you, play hard. I think the Senators, I think this is the worst matchup for the Carolina Hurricanes. It's right off the bat. They didn't have that in previous years. They have it now, to your point. They're in playoff mode. Carolina's a good team, but I think the Ottawa Senators I'm picking the Senators to beat the Carolina Hurricanes.
Love it. It's kind of working its way into not necessarily an underdog anymore with how people are kind of believing
they're not
them.
just happy to be there.
It's one of those things. So, Craig, we appreciate your time, man. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but you're a superstar, and it certainly bodes well for your EST Guest of the Year. I think we'll put this in the folder, and remember, we will remember these types of programs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fight through adversity, Craig.
So talk next Tuesday.
Well, I tried. I got to say one thing, though. You know who's going to be the most relieved about the technical difficulties today, Dave and Eric, is Dustin. Because we never had them when Dave was on, and we were, and Eric said it's the Dustin effect.
Yes.
But now Dustin's going to be relieved. He's been bearing that since you put that on America.
I know,
and I know he'll be incredibly relieved.
Yeah, no, well, that's a thing, and he'll be happy. I'll text him and let him know. But playoffs will be underway. We'll all have that for Tuesday. Craig, we'll talk to you then. That's Craig Button, our TSN Hockey insider and analyst for GS Construction. If you're looking for work, check them out today, gsconstruction.ca. Click on careers to find out more. And he was joining us on our Firehouse Subs hotline. Firehouse Subs, 15 locations in and around the city. So everywhere you kind of...
I've been to each one.
You've done the tour. You've stamped the passport. Easy to grab, hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. Your thoughts on what Craig had to say? 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. Chuck Tastic says, Kings are the sour milk, Oilers are the rotten eggs for sure. I don't know if you want to debate which are which there. Burr Tom says, definitely a hard... He goes, let's go wild card 2 and get Colorado. I don't think he says let's go get it, but if it were to happen...
Start getting loose and fast.
I don't think they go out tonight and throw the game to say, hey, you know what? Screw the Pacific. Let's go through wild card 2.
Who needs it?
But if they do find themselves in that position, he says, get Colorado and get it out of the way right off the bat.
Get it out of your system?
Well, the narrative has been they make it to the conference final and either Colorado or one of the will be there waiting for them, and that's where they eventually... You get Colorado out of the way. I mean, you talk about a B12 shot confidence, like you knock them off in the opening round.
And how many times has the President's Trophy winner fallen?
It's a curse.
I mean, it's a curse.
And I think for the Avalanche, if you're drawing them in, they will be...
Take that, Nathan McKinnon.
Just if not, or even more...
Squarely in the eyes.
He goes on to say, definitely a harder route, but way more exciting, and they haven't taken that route yet. So... Yes.
a harder out in the fullest sense.
Again, it would be wildly hilarious to see this Oilers team finish wild card 2, not getting a point on the final night against the Canucks at home, and then going on and winning the whole effing thing.
Glory.
Right? Well,
you couldn't print enough shirts.
Well, really, let's make this as difficult as we can,
of course,
and then just go on and win it. Dusty never has to know about the connection issue. Troll says, "Yeah, no, maybe we'll continue to say that it was just because you're in and it's good."
Right.
So, yeah, crystal clear today from Craig Button. Teacher Arlo says in the goaltending comparison for the Oilers, don't forget you'd also have Kulak with the Skinner-Pickard tandem. That is the problem. You could say, we'll just put Jari number 3 and he can be, but it's you gave up a lot to see him goaltender 3 in the playoffs for what you, we called it a lateral move at the time.
Yes, we did.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah. I mean, to paraphrase Ryan Rishaug, are they better? I don't know. Are they different? Yes.
It's a great point.
It's a great answer.
Yeah. Shanked one. Good morning, guys. Is it arrogant to think that we don't need Draisaitl to win the first round? Lone manager in the playoffs, is that a thing? I don't think that there would be any sort of rush to get him back.
Run that by me again. Read that to me again. Sorry, I was.
Is it arrogant to think we don't need Draisaitl to win the first round? I don't think that's arrogant at all. I don't think if you're playing one of the Ducks or the Kings.
No, it's not arrogance. I think it's a clear-eyed assessment of who those opponents are. I mean, you're not looking by them, and I don't expect that they would be. But lay the lineups over each other or side by side, Oilers should prevail.
Yeah.
And they can do so with Hyman back in.
Yes, Hyman's
without Draisaitl. But I wouldn't want it to go another round. You can get through one.
Oh, no, yeah, one. Ducks, Kings, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much Avalanche, but that's not happening anyway, so we don't need to talk about it. Let's get to your Play Alberta early bird of the day. PlayAlberta.ca is where you can go, or make it easy and download the app for yourself as well, the Play Alberta app. Make your bets count. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. McDavid, 2 goals tonight?
2?
Because he's on 48, right? He needs a 2 to get to 50.
Yes.
That's got to be
that's got to be it. I like it.
Has a rich history of rising to the occasion, does he not?
Yeah. Like, I don't mind getting an early one, and then, if it suggests an empty net, like, I don't know how you see it play out.
He's going to be shooting. So if you want to bet on the shots.
He's going to be, shots too.
Shots. Like, he wants that 50.
Yeah.
He does. Might as well.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Shoot first mentality, boys. It's
and
what we have here at EST.
Yeah, he knows it, and as well, the players, obviously, his line mates, they know it. They're going to be feeding him the puck.
So Oilers on the puck line at any sort of McDavid shot or goal total, but shots, as you mentioned, Trev, he will be looking. The tail will be up tonight for one Connor McDavid. So looking on splashing something on him. Maybe a Hyman point returning to the lineup as well. Lines of yesterday saw Hyman return. It'll be McDavid, Savoy, Hyman. This was practice yesterday. RNH, Podkolzin, and Roslovic, Szymanski, Doc, Frederick, Henry, Kapanen, and Lazar. We'll have more on this for your Orange and Blue Breakfast in hour number 3, but those are the lines from practice yesterday. Hyman drawing back up top. Go to Play Alberta right now. Oilers, puck line. They're getting a point. Like they're gonna do it tonight. And Connor McDavid flirting with 50. Hammer him hard on the shots there. That's Play Alberta. And if you are gambling, Dave, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. We got I Got Beef coming up. If you have any beefs, send them in. 780-218-9999. The Paris Jewelers inbox. Your beef might turn out to be a text of the day for Royal Pizza. Who knows? We might be sending you to Royal Pizza with a $20 gift card. We'll take a quick break. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a traffic update from Pauline Higgins. And we'll be back with I Got Beef and Reid Wilkins as well. Will be joining us to round out hour 2. It is the Nielson Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson here on EST, presented by Play Alberta. Dave Jamieson for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric, and here's Trev with an update. And it is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. We're given the weather today. He is load managing his entire staff. They all get the day off. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
games last night in the NHL. The Vegas Golden Knights do win the Pacific Division for a 5th time in the franchise's 9-year history. They do this after a 4-1 win over the Kraken. The Senators cap off their season with a 3-1 win over the Leafs. The Panthers devour the Red Wings 8-1. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks finish their season with the 5-2 win over the Sharks. The Stars get their 50th win of the season in their last game, 4-3 over the Sabres in a shootout, and the Rangers double up on the Lightning 4-2. It's the last regular season slate of the season that sees the Oilers host the Canucks. Zach Hyman is a game-time decision as he looks to return for the lineup for the finale. Be sure to catch the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 with puck drop at 7. 5 other games on tap tonight. The Sharks are in Winnipeg to face the Jets. With Dustin Nielson on the call, the Kings battle it out with the Flames. The Ducks and Predators clash at 6. The Mammoths play host to the Blues, and the Kraken collide with the Avalanche. The Brewers snap their 6-game skid en route to a 2-1 win over the Jays. That series is split at 1 apiece. Patrick Corbin, he takes the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays with first pitch at 11:40. Play-in action continued yesterday in the NBA with 2 games. Tyrese Maxey's 31 points led the way for the Sixers over the Magic 109-97, and Steph Curry's 35 points got the Warriors over the Clippers 126-121. The play-in tournament continues tomorrow with just 2 games. The Magic host the Hornets, and the Suns battle the Warriors. In the RBC Heritage Open, we've got a new clubhouse leader, Brian Campbell. He shot his way to the top. He is 3 under through 4, while Canadian Taylor Pendrith and Nick Taylor, they are tied for 11th. They're both even. The Sports Update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he wants to see the Oilers play the Kings once again in round 1.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a figure skater. He wears like a white outfit and he does interpretive ice dances to my life's journey.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of the guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning. Heavy metal thunder. Racing with the wind. And the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild.
36, hour 2 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson. Lieutenant Eric, you heard YouTube Trev there on the Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show for Game Sense. If you are, a lot of people now going off the Play Alberta early bird today that we were talking, it's the McDavid Show. This text unsigned, McDavid 4 points tonight, 2 goals, 2 assists. It will be the Connor McDavid Show. It could set up to one of those nights, right?
It is most nights, by the way.
No, yeah,
You
maybe not a hot take, but yeah, most of the nights that it is. But tonight, flirting with 50, it's probably an easy. He'll be fired up. He'll want to go.
He'll be fine.
Hyman back on the wing. I mean, come on, it's showtime now.
Yeah.
We are coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio as well. But if you are gambling or setting a play tonight on the game, use your Game Sense Hour 2, brought to you by Game Sense. It's time for I Got Beef. Reid Wilkins will be joining us in a couple minutes. But Dave, if you have any beefs, text him in, 780-218-9999, and we'll get to them if we have time here. But you wanted to discuss Kevin Lowe's LinkedIn post or the Pronger
Well, I had
book?
Okay. And I heard someone somewhere, I read, I should say, that someone said, well, Lowe is trying to help Pronger sell books. I hardly think that's the case. But there are a bunch of things. Look, Chris Pronger is nothing if not a smart guy, and I believe he is. And what he is doing now with his career, he's got one foot in the hockey world and doing the analysis and being a public-facing personality, as he should be, because he's good at it. And he's a Hall of Famer, and hockey doesn't have many, with great respect to the Kelly Rudies and the other people that populate the panels and the Biz Nasties. They don't have a lot of Prongers who slide behind the desk with Ron and whoever else, David Amber, and offer up their analysis, right? NFL, other sports do.
Yeah.
Tennis, I know.
CFL
Golf,
could use more, in my humble opinion. But
top-rate players, the best in class, they don't typically do that. I don't think you're going to see Sidney Crosby as part of, when he's done playing, going into the studio.
Some have the chops, some don't. And
some do, some don't. Pronger does.
Yeah.
But right now, he is an author, and what do we know about authors? They got to sell books. So I don't know whether the anecdote about him, being under the influence, being overserved the night of the trade, it feels like it's a little ginned up.
Pun intended.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but
there's a kernel of truth in
people
there.
do that in books, don't they? When they write things.
Yes.
You'll have a story or an incident, and then you just dress it up a bit more.
Just a touch.
Just a touch.
The thing that I thought was, and maybe no one caught it but me, was when he said, and after the deal was done, they went, we got to go to a Barnes & Noble and get a book on Edmonton. And I thought, no chance that happened. Zero chance.
It was a different time.
I know you had a Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
And you went to bookstores.
Like today, you're probably, but they were jam-packed at that time.
Yes, they were. And you could go and get CDs and all that good stuff.
Probably go to the library.
Right. Let's go down to the library and find out about Edmonton. I mean, he'd only been coming here as a player for how many years? But I found the whole thing, and actually I had zero. I mean, listen, Kevin Lowe was my favorite Oiler. And I know you'll say, oh, what? No, he always was. And I told him this, I believe, and I've met him a couple of times. Not Gretzky and not Anderson and not Mess. I really liked the way that guy played hockey, and I liked the way he carried himself. So I had zero problem with him pushing back, going, nah, that's not how it went down.
I am not going to get into the whole... The thing I take away from this all is that Kevin Lowe went on LinkedIn and did it.
Oh, I love it.
I find that extremely more traffic to that place, not just for jobs and stuff, but really getting your opinions out on certain people and certain things. It's
long
the new
form. It's long, it's not a tweet.
You can have your blue sky. We're moving from X to LinkedIn now.
Right.
That's where people are flocking to and migrating to.
No word count. No character count.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
All the time. Yeah, the floor is yours. So I got maximum respect for that.
Long form.
No beef with Kevin Lowe. Some beef with Chris Pronger.
Okay.
And a lot of beef with YouTube Trev.
Well,
but
Trev
we'll get to that later.
He slapped the ball back over the net. Right?
Yeah, Nadal Federer.
I was
Let's
just
go.
being facetious.
I know. What was you do have a beef?
I do have a beef. Well, first off, a new beef. Well, this has kind of been around, lingering for a while.
Sure.
But I've got beef with the audio when Craig joins. I really do. Being the producer of the show,
try hosting.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying you do it.
I know. Just a joke.
I just, I like to make sure I want things to go good. I'm a perfectionist. And when that happens, it just, it gets me going. So I'm sorry to the Nasties. The Nasties, it's technology. You can't help it. I know, but then I just feel bad for Craig because every time it happens, I feel like he's one. Like a mishap, he's just going to stop joining one day.
Oh, no. Well, we pay him very handsomely.
Don't worry about Craig not showing.
He's fine.
Okay.
We keep lining those pockets.
That was my beef, just very recent, right? But then just driving in this morning. I was beefing last night. I don't know if you guys have heard of the video game Rocket League.
Oh, sure.
Rocket League. It's kind of like
Never heard of it. Go.
soccer, but instead of a player, instead of a person that you control
Soccer?
You control a car, do you know what that is? A car. A soccer. Anyway.
Is that what you're not?
Yeah, I'm
there's
not
no
joking.
fabrication here.
No,
it's
you
called
are
soccer.
Soccer. No, it's not. It's called Rocket League, but I was just being silly.
You play with
Lieutenant
soccer
Eric-
with cars. It's a video game.
Lieutenant Eric doesn't know what soccer is.
People keep talking about the sport, and I don't know. Zach showed me this. He was playing with his friends the other night. You play as well. Do you play with him online?
No, but we've been trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
And
but
the
anyway,
goal is what?
The goal
Put
is
the ball in the big net.
High scoring.
Yep. You want
Unlike the real game of soccer. Yeah. 1-0. Hey.
Yeah, there are some of those games which are very boring, but yeah, like I don't know, I'm decent at it.
Okay.
But yesterday I played. I'm not gonna lie, I kept losing. So I just wanted to keep playing more and more and more.
Sure.
And that didn't happen. Like I shot down my world rank, shot down a lot. So I just kept losing. I suck, and I don't like sucking.
Well,
I want to stop sucking.
Work harder, work smarter.
Well, that's what I was trying, and then I just kept on getting more mad, and the players I was playing were actually pretty solid, and I just kept on getting more flustered. So I got beef with people that just spend all their time playing vids and they're really good and they just destroy my record.
People perfecting a craft.
10,000 hours, my friend.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Right?
10,000 hours.
Bruce Lee.
So get back in there.
Bruce Lee. Yeah, I'm going to, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because it just ruins me, man. I was so distraught, and I don't like losing.
A few beefs from the Paris Jewelers inbox. Atif, I got beef. My beef is with the price of air at gas stations. Air is free, you breathe it. But when you need to fill up your tire, it's $2. What's up with that, Atif?
But isn't it different air? Sorry, I know virtually nothing about any of what I'm diving into, but is that not some...
Filtered?
Well, isn't it some sort of compression thing that's happening there? It's not the same air that you and I are wandering around breathing, is it? When you're coming to one of those compressors at a gas station?
No. You should be able to have a tool, though, where you
explain
just, like a pump, where you use the air anyway.
Like, I don't...
Lucas says, I got a
Explain
beef.
it to me.
Lucas has a beef with you, Dave. I wish he would make himself more available so he could co-host the show more often.
Well, that's very kind of you. Well, maybe Dustin will do more games for the Jets, Senators, and any other Canadian team.
Tubesock says, keep in mind, Chris Pronger is a wiener.
Oh, no,
so that's not even, I don't know if that's a beef.
No, come on.
A processed beef, if you will. Moni Q says, my beef, I really dislike it when hockey analysts / commentators say injured players need to be healthy when they come back from their injury. Injured players are healthy. They just need to be healed. They are mixing up sick and injured. So a terminology there Monique has a bit of a beef with, which I get, but that's the purpose of a beef. Yeah, it's a little thing that gets under your skin that you're just like, why are you using that word?
Has the body recovered enough that you are able to perform the function for which you are, employed?
Yeah. Triple P says, not an expert, but we don't breathe through a compressor. Maybe some do. Mike outside of Edmonton says compressor makes the air. It costs money. Same air we breathe. So yeah, that you're getting the air. Chris the plumber says, does Atif even drive? I will say no. Trev's giving me the sign. I think Reid Wilkins is good in the bullpen. We'll get to him here. But if you have any more beefs, you can get them in 780-218-9999. I did see one more here.
Do you remember, though, when you would go and fill up your bike tire or maybe your car tire, you didn't pay for air, as I recall? Was it always some sort of... Or am I...
You pressed a button and
you just got the air and off and...
But why offer for free, Dave, when you can make a cut?
It became a quarter.
Yeah.
And then I've seen it jump to, I think it's a loonie now. Maybe it's
some
a toonie.
you have to flash your card. Sean, I'll leave with this beef here. I was watching a video of an usher at the Saddle Dome pass Dustin Wolf's goalie stick to a kid. He was so happy, an awesome moment. Then my algorithm took me down a rabbit hole. My beef is with adults who swoop in and grab the athlete's souvenirs meant for a kid. He says you can all eat a bag of ducks. We've seen this before. We've seen the autograph thing too, when a kid's looking for an autograph.
I don't know if they do it at hockey. I know, growing up in Vancouver, go to a Vancouver Canadians game and a foul ball, and let's say an adult caught it. The crowd around them would start chanting, "Give it to the kid. Give it to the kid." And you would get shamed, as you should, to giving it to the kid.
We saw last summer, right? That woman, I can't remember what ball game it was, and she said, "No, I'm
no,"
and she refused to kind of, not even the pressure.
She doubled down.
Yeah. Our next guest joining us on the Firehouse Subs hotline, and I'm glad I confirmed with him yesterday because we didn't know Dustin would be off today, but he does join us. And apologies for making you wait, Reid Wilkins, Firehouse Subs hotline. I guess we'll start. You usually have a good beef. Are you beefing with anything today?
You know what, guys? I'm going to beef with the NHL regular season going to 84 games next year. I mean, when does it end? Well, we know it ends when the owners think that they can't make any more money.
Correct.
Off more regular season games. Now, I'm glad they're cutting the preseason down. It'll be 4 games. Most teams have played 6. The Oilers have insisted on playing 8, which just drags it on and on. So I'm glad the preseason is going to be shorter. It'll be 84 games next year, and I just wonder if I and others are going to feel like, okay, let's get on with the playoffs, because I've kind of been feeling that way for the last 2 weeks already, getting to 82 games, though I know some of the races have been exciting. I know the Oilers going into their final game still don't know where they're going to finish or who they're going to play, but think about this next year. It'll be game 82, and it'll still be like, still 6 points available. Who knows how high up they can finish, or how many teams can still pass them. That's I don't know. They did it twice in the 1990s when they had the 82 games plus the 2 neutral site games. You can go on Wikipedia and find games being played in Cleveland, I think Columbus,
Sacramento used to get
Sacramento.
A game. Yes.
Yeah. Minnesota didn't have a team. After they moved to Dallas, so I think there were some games in St. Paul or Minnesota or wherever. So that's and it's just an odd number. Like 82 is kind of odd. Like it'd be nice if they had everything should be divisible by 10. I guess except for football.
This is a numbers thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be what was wrong with 80? What was wrong with 80?
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time. I was very, very young when they played 70. I think 70 would actually be the perfect length for an NHL season.
Oh, God, yes.
The problem now is you couldn't actually play every team home and away if they went to 70 games. Or yes, you could. Sorry. If they go to 36 teams, it would just barely work. My mistake. It would just, maybe that's what they'll do is they'll go to 36 teams. The regular season will just be a double round robin, but then they'll have something where everybody makes the playoffs. So they'll still all play 84 games. Yeah. But I just think 70 is a great number, because think of getting to like a 100-point season when you're playing 70 games. That's really makes 100 points meaningful, right?
Yeah, round number again.
That's yeah. Everything should be round numbers when it comes to games. 84 is going to be a lot, and we'll next year. Well, I think the season is going to start earlier, so the playoffs will still be starting around now. So next year, game 82 will be on April 8th instead of April 15th, and we'll still be shaking things out.
Well, who wouldn't want one more game against the Canucks, eh? Like, or whatever.
Count me in.
Hey, yeah.
Well, at least it's going to balance because right now, the Oilers go through a rotation in which every year they only play 2 Pacific teams thrice instead of 4 times. Because there have been years where they've only played, I think it was last year, they only played Calgary and Vancouver 3 times each. So at least it'll be balanced. You'll play everybody in your division 4 times. But then trust me, they're going to 36 teams, and who knows what they'll do. I don't know, 12 3-team divisions? How about that?
How about, a few people in the Nasty chat, what would you like opening round best of 5?
Okay, so that used to be that way. I think it changed in 86, 87, I want to say. Because when the Canadians won the Cup in 85, 86, and Waugh sort of shot to fame, I believe they beat Boston in 3-0 in the first round.
Oilers used to take out the Canucks, and we used to laugh in Vancouver that the Oilers would win. Eliminate the Canucks in 2 straight games. The third game was not necessary.
Wouldn't even be played. Vancouver wouldn't even get a home game.
No.
That's an interesting argument. I still think if the series are all going to be, if the big series are going to be best of 7, all the series should be best of 7. And again, try convincing the owners to have a shorter series, unless, again, there's some sort of a play-in round. We add a 5th round of the playoffs.
Oh, God.
I'll take a play-in.
You take a play-in round?
Rushinsky laid it out, I think it was last week. But
okay.
The play-in matchups were juicy. I mean, I would have. And again, and everybody in the nest, this too, Reid. I mean, it's money to be made. This is the answer to all of our.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Always.
But why? The play-in tournament, play-in round, give it all to me. And I think a best of 5 too. If it's another opening round series against the Kings, fans would gladly take a shortened series.
The problem is, I don't think the NHL, because I think if you went to a play-in, you're giving teams buys, right? The NHL basically has 6 teams on a buy, or the NBA basically has 6 teams on a buy in each conference, so to speak, because they avoid the play-in round. But they're off for about a week, right? Because the games are going to start Saturday, Sunday. Most of them played Saturday or Sunday. If the NHL went best of 5, you're asking a bunch of teams to not play for probably 9 days. I think that gap would be too long. So I think if the NHL ever went the play-in route, it would probably be a best of 3 in each conference, or like the NBA does it, this 8, 9, 7. Like it's basically a page playoff system, but the seeds are 7 through 10 as opposed to 1 through 4, like we see in curling. Everybody wander down the rabbit hole to work today. Look up the McIntyre playoff system. There's a lot for that, used often in Australian rules football. It's one of these that gives the higher seeded teams a second life, or a bye, and then you can lose a game and then win your way back in, whereas the lower seeded teams are always playing single elimination games. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about?
I don't know. I'm fascinated. You talk with Eric. I'm going to look up McIntyre playoff system.
Where do you?
That's great.
Yeah.
Vegas won last night. That scenario is out of the question. What are we talking about tomorrow? When the dust settles from tonight, how does everything fall into place?
I think the Oilers will win tonight. You want me to predict everything, Eric?
Yes.
The whole bit.
Every game tonight?
Give us the spoiler. Give us the spoilers. Yeah, spoil it all for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to. I'll just do the 3 games that affect the Oilers. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. I think the Oilers win tonight. I think McDavid gets to 50 goals. Because I've been foreshadowing this for a couple of weeks, saying I think it's going to turn out to be Oilers and Kings.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing Oilers. You know what? Let's do this then. Fine. You want me to do it? No, wait a minute. How would that work? That wouldn't work.
Oh no.
Well, we'll work through it.
I was going to say the Oilers win, and
just spout it out, and we'll.
Floor is yours. Reid.
Oilers win. Flames upset the Kings. And Ducks beat Predators in a shootout. How's that?
And Kings lose in regulation?
It's precise.
Kings actually lose in regulation.
They don't
and the
get their
Ducks,
king
I believe. No, they don't even get their regal point. And I'll probably have different predictions by my own show today. I'll cover all my bases, maybe.
Well, you don't want to.
But I'll say the Ducks beat the Predators in a shootout, because aren't the Ducks 8-0 in shootouts?
Yes,
so
correct.
Another shootout win for the Ducks.
Okay.
So then that would be an Oilers home ice advantage against Ducks in the first round.
Yeah. A likely scenario as well. But Oilers are getting at least a point tonight, you would have to think. I know Rod Z said 8% chance they finish wild card too, but do you have any sort of preference in terms? I mean, I'd be forgiven, but we kind of looking past the first round in a sense. I know like Hyman's back. He was skating. He's back up with McDavid. I mean, last year we weren't too fired up. I know the city was kind of blasé about the Kings opening round, and you're kind of seeing that again, I think.
I personally don't have my preference would be that they play the Canucks in the first round. I say that sarcastically when people say, who would you like to see the Oilers play in the playoffs? Mm-hmm. I'll pick the worst team in the league. I think they can beat both Anaheim and Los Angeles. I'm not saying they will, but they should be favored. I mean, of the 16 playoff teams, I believe Anaheim has allowed the most goals. And of the 16 playoff teams, LA has scored the fewest goals. So both of those, indicate that would be an advantage for the Oilers because the Oilers can certainly score, and they have become a bit better at preventing goals over the last month or so of the season, and they've been getting pretty good goaltending from Connor Ingram. I think it's turned out to be a good thing that the Oilers are avoiding Vegas in the first round because I think we have seen a Tortorella effect here. They have gotten a bump from bringing him in. I don't know how deep they're going to go, but I think I'd sooner have a potential second round meeting with Vegas than a first round meeting. Maybe by then they've cooled off a little bit, or the Oilers really get rolling perhaps if they can win their first round series. I think Anaheim or LA, the Oilers should be favored. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Of course, we know this is still a flawed Oiler team that can lose to anybody, and that can lose to anybody quite badly on any given night. I'm quite concerned. I mean, if they don't have Draisaitl, that's a pretty big loss. We've seen gaps we've seen the offensive production suffer. We've seen the power play suffer without Draisaitl. Dickinson's status is interesting. Jay and I both thought the way Knobloch spoke yesterday that Dickinson maybe isn't hurt too seriously because, Knobloch said he's itching to play. He's going to talk to the doctors after the regular season, which indicated to me that there could be a return at the start of or during the first round. But if you go through most of the first round with neither Draisaitl nor Dickinson, I think that's really a big loss because we've seen that's two of their top three centers. I mean, that's hard for any team to survive, whether you have Connor McDavid or not. And we've seen what Dickinson has been able to do, not just in terms of his performance, but he just sort of rounds out the lines a little bit, right? He gives you options to move Nugent Hopkins around, right? It makes it a little more comfortable having Savoy up there on that top line. So, I think this is the case for a lot of teams, but certainly I think the health updates that we're going to start getting probably tomorrow and Saturday are going to be pretty significant for Edmonton.
What's coming up on the show? Reid Wilkins show 3 to 6 here today.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Eric. It starts at 3 p.m., 1,500 hours, as some would say. We're going to talk about tonight's Oilers Canucks games. We don't have any guest books booked at the moment. We have plenty of time to do that, but I'm sure we'll have some frivolity, some meandering, and plenty of sports talk too.
Hey, I did go down the rabbit hole on the McIntyre Final 8 system. My eyes have glazed over and I need to lie down. Good God, man.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It sure is, Reid. Not my idea of fun, but I understand.
Sick. You're sick.
But I see that Canberra and some other teams there, Sydney and Gold Coast and New Zealand. And I don't know what any of it means.
Yeah, it's okay. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Just be glad then for the systems that we have in hockey and in North America for the most part.
At least we don't have the Argus system. I mean, you look that one up. That's
I'm going to
for you. The Argus system.
Going to. Yes. Okay.
Reid
Should I do it at
Wilkins,
work
there you
or
have
at home?
it. Thanks so much for your time, man. We'll see you around.
Reid.
Reid Wilkins,
right.
you can hear him. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM and you're like, Nielson Show is back and we're on the radio again. This continues all day. Monday to Friday, even our weekend program. Yeah, 6 to 6, local. Reid Wilkins, you can check him out alongside Jason Milne. Top-notch show, 3 to 6 here on EST Monday to Friday. It also leads in to the GCL Diesel pregame show with Tom Gazzola. 6 o'clock tonight, getting you set for Oilers and Canucks. But that Paige McIntyre system,
Paige Steve McIntyre,
adopted by the VFL in 1931, and it replaced the Argus systems. Now, the Argus
What was wrong with the Argus?
It was 1-3-2 against 4.
Oh, God.
I don't know why.
Just give me Smythe, Norris, Adams.
Why 1-3 and 2-4 in the semis, and then you get to a final, and then there's a grand final if required. I don't even know what that means.
First plays 8, 8 gets crushed, and on we go.
Yeah, but then for some reason, first gets eliminated.
I know.
You have to lose to move on. That's the whole point of that. Yeah,
I don't get it.
Well, as Reid said, just be happy with what you got.
That's why I like the CFL.
Be
Eric.
happy. One division. Come on, make it happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone, and certainly with the NHL and its playoff format. I mean, some of you don't like it, but some of you. Is there anybody out there that has an appetite for Oilers Kings again?
You know what we can agree on? That Gary Bettman has done a great job. And I'm pro Bettman, man.
I know
you guys wanted competition.
We laughed.
Got it.
We laughed.
Well,
the
I didn't.
Appointment. You didn't.
I didn't.
All right. Reid joins us on our Firehouse Subs hotline. Hour 2 of the Nielsen Show is up. We'll continue with Hour 3. We need somebody to play kind of easy trivia right now. Text into Trev, 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Say, Trev, I want to play trivia. You'll be playing for $25 to Mr. Mike's. That'll be on the line just after the top of the hour here. 3 questions too many as well for Park Mazda. If you have any questions, send them into that Paris Jewelers inbox or in the nasty chat, and we'll get to those. An Orange and Blue breakfast as well, getting you set for Oilers Canucks, Marmot Basin Snow Report, and the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. So if you want to play trivia, once again, 780-218-9999. Trev will pick one of you, and you'll be playing the next contestant on Kinda Easy Trivia. Let's get to a sports update here with Trev. It's for Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, a quick traffic update, and we'll be back with Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show right after this.
The finish line is finally here. The Edmonton Oilers wrap up their regular season tonight at home, hosting the Vancouver Canucks. Zach Hyman is a game-time decision as he looks to return to the lineup for the finale. Don't miss the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Coverage kicks off at 6 o'clock with puck drop at 7. A 6-game slate last night brought some clarity to the playoff bracket for the 5th time in their short history. The Vegas Golden Knights are Pacific Division champions. They secured that crown with the 4-1 win over the Kraken. The Senators ended their season on a high note, taking down the Leafs 3-1. Florida absolutely dismantled the Red Wings 8-1. Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks finished their campaign with a 5-2 victory over the Sharks. Dallas hit the 50-win milestone in their final outing, edging the Sabres 4-3 in a shootout. And the Rangers doubled up on the Lightning 4-2. Tonight's slate, 5 other games are on the board, including the Sharks and Jets, with our very own Dustin Nielsen on the call. Plus, the Kings take on the Flames, and the Mammoth host the Blues. On the diamond, the Brewers snapped their 6-game skid en route to a 2-1 win over the Jays. They're back at it early today to settle the score. Patrick Corbin takes the mound for Toronto. First pitch is slated for 11:40. Playing action continued last night with 2 high-stake matchups. Tyrese Maxey dropped 31 points to lead the Sixers past the Magic 109-97. And Chef Curry, he cooks, pouring in 35 points as the Warriors outlasted the Clippers 126-121. The tournament continues tomorrow with the Magic hosting the Hornets and the Suns taking on the Warriors. And in the RBC Heritage Open, a lot of movement this morning. Matt Wallace has shot his way to the top as your new clubhouse leader. He is shooting. Oh, well, he's fallen to 9th now. He is 1 under through 12, and we got Michael Brennan. He's the new clubhouse leader, 3 under through 8. Canadian Taylor Pendrith and Nick Taylor, they are both even on the day. The sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Eyes. You know what? I saw it in his eyes. Eyes. It's fun to watch his eyes. Eyes. And, he narrowed his eyes. He's been a horse. His eyes narrow. I saw it in his eyes. He loves his eyes. Eyes. It's going in the net. Horse eyes. People were highly critical of his eyes. his eyes narrow. Eyes. Eyes. Give me back my son!
Dallas Aiken's Hungry Eyes remix there, a Nielsen Show original, 8:07. Lieutenant Eric Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen. He's got the call tonight out in Winnipeg, Jets and Sharks on TSN. YouTube Trev there as well. You heard on the Sports Update. All Nielsen Show original songs are brought to you by Sportball. And boy, do we have a deal for you. Sportball right now. Fun first, no pressure, just playing and learning. Sportball.com. You use the code EST15 and you get 15% off select classes right now. So hit up that website, EST15. And you get that 15% off all Nielsen Show songs presented by Sportsball. We are coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio for Hour 3 here on the Nielsen Show. It is brought to you by Weiss Johnson. Check them out today, weiss-johnson.com. EST, of course, presented by Play Alberta. Hammer the Oilers tonight. Hammer McDavid. It's a Connor McDavid night.
It is.
As it should be against the Canucks tonight,
Every
rounding
night
out
is.
the
Every
regular
night
season. Well, every night, but specifically, I think tonight you probably see a bit of a show. Get your text in, 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. Got a banger from Baggio here that might be a nose ahead for text of the day for Royal Pizza.
Oh, clubhouse leader.
Pronger is Jay Peterman writing his life stories, but it was Kramer. I was wearing the very pants I was returning. So Jay Peterman had Kramer as the ghostwriter there, and he was kind of buying the stories off of him. So great Seinfeld reference there from Baggio.
That's a deep cut.
See if you can beat that. 780-218-9999. Got an Orange and Blue Breakfast coming up this hour. We'll get you set for Oilers and Canucks, Marmot Basin Snow Report, and, of course, the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. But I do believe Trev's wrangled somebody online here. Trev, who do we got?
Gary.
2 R's?
Gary,
That's a Will Fraser
baby.
thing.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, 2 R's.
Gary's Playing Kind Easy Trivia, and it's brought to you by Mr. Mike's. Feast Mode has been activated for just $39.99. You'll choose between the Emperor's Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup to start. Then you can add a 6-ounce sirloin with lobster butter or the grilled chicken surf combo. Feast Mode is activated. Gary, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. You played before?
I have not.
Okay, so you need 3 out of 5 to get that Mr. Mike's gift card. We'll start the ticker after Dave reads the first question. Good luck.
Is McDavid this year's NHL scoring leader?
Yes.
Who did the Oilers play tonight?
Vancouver.
Does Evander Kane play for the Canucks?
Yes.
Did Colorado finish first in the NHL?
Yes.
Is Dustin doing a Jets game tonight?
I think so. That's probably why he's not there.
Drivers and Danica,
Oh, he's on the move.
start your engine!
That guy ought to be held accountable.
There's nothing you can say.
Disgusting.
Him and her got it on.
Woo-wee! Wow!
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. I think if memory serves me correct, I was traded.
Get up and act like a man, for God's sake.
I was traded.
Right. Petrie passing it down to Gagne, centering it. They score! 1-0 Edmonton. You can't have a dog if you're Michael Vick. Ball to Eberle from a sharp angle. In front, score! Justin Schultz came down the back door, and it's 2-0 Edmonton. Absolutely unbelievable from him. Emsky to Petrie. Jordy Ben. Staying at arm's length. The shot, they score! How did that go in? It bounced around, and it's 3-0 Edmonton.
Move your butt along the wall. You're just standing there. I've seen this for 3 years.
Jordy Ben lost it. Hamsky drags it, scores 4-0 Edmonton. Finally, their power play clicks, and they are well on their way in Dallas tonight. Oh, yeah! Eager steps on side. Petrell sidestep to gain the line on side to Eager. He scores! Ben Eager is in on the action. That's his first, and it's 5-0 Edmonton. Ouch.
Who's your daddy? The impact split open the trailer, spilling its load.
Oh, is that dirty? He is the first shooter for the Edmonton Oilers. Gagne.
Classic. Edmonton. Classic.
All right, congratulations to Gary. He's off to Mr. Mike's first timer as well.
I like that.
Didn't really flinch. He correctly.
I flinched.
Well, you pump faked.
Yeah. You got
You
it
said Gary ran a button hook and you said no, go deep.
No.
Like you gave him, and you yeah. Go, Gary, go. Everybody's loving Gary. Daryl Sutter in the Nasty Chat says the correct answer to the Kane question was not well. Does he play well? Not well. And Kane, no Evander Kane tonight, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. But Gary's off to Mr. Mike's. Let's get into 3 questions right now for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. You can check them out online at parkmazda.ca. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. Social medias, once again, if you are watching this morning, we thank you for that. But get on YouTube, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You want to be subbed for the playoff run here, and give us a like. Smash that thumbs up. We are dangerously close to hitting 200, so you got to love that on a Dustin Nielsen-less show. Love to see it. Once again, he will be on the call tonight, Jets and Sharks out in Winnipeg, as he got the call yesterday. Called up from the AHL to the big leagues, right? Like
it's got to be exciting.
Yes.
Hey, I know he's obviously done the Senators game, but when they phone you from TSN HQ, I don't even know where that is, Agincourt, and they say, hey, could you? Go.
We need you out of
John
the bullpen.
Schneider points to the pen.
Yeah, and he loves going to Winnipeg, I think, too. He's familiar with the town. He knows where to eat.
City.
Like, he's not going in cold. He knows what to get. He knows.
Going to meet up with Hustler, probably?
Oh, probably. They'll have a good time tonight.
After.
And, yeah. Mr. Ritz Kraka, all the Winnipeg characters out there. And,
okay.
Yeah. Probably go to the Little
the
Brown
old days,
Jug.
the Palomino Club?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, no.
I've never set foot in Manitoba.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I've flown over it, but
do
I've never.
yourself a favor.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Maybe like Trev with your best trip of your life to a Jays game, we could send me best trip of my life to a Golden Eyes game.
Golden Eyes. Watch them once.
Yeah, so I could do that. Maybe a lesser then, but
I think you'd have
There's
fun
some
with
places you could.
what is it? Double A?
I think so.
Or is it single? I think it's single. Isn't
Single? Whatever. But that's where Dusty is. He'll be off tomorrow. Dave's gracious enough to. You also answered the call from Matt Iwanek to.
Yes, I
come
did.
Here. A couple. Not as big of a call, I guess, from Agincourt, but
because it's a generational thing. He sent me a text that was sheepish in tone, and I said, "Call me." And Matty does not use the phone very often.
He doesn't like the phone.
And once you engage him in conversation, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he does not willingly dial numbers and say, "Hey, hello."
No. I bounded into his office yesterday, already mid-conversation.
Yes.
And, Matty, it is. And he was on the phone, and he just shot me a
look.
And I backed out. Didn't turn my back on him.
I took the call. I was ready to go.
So we appreciate your time for the next couple of days, Dave. You can also follow us on Twitter at Yeg Sports Talk, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Edmonton Sports Talk. Now, where can people follow you online,
Dave?
At
the Dave Jamieson on X.
On the X.
I got to get to this Chris Johnson thing in a couple of minutes.
Are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I am.
So do you do any long form?
Like
no, you should start putting out trains of thought. Yeah. Just enough with the snow. 3 exclamation points. Trev, where can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me at YouTube_Trev on Instagram and X.
And the X. It's nice,
good,
simplistic. It's all there. Question number 1, and I know you guys wanted to sink your teeth into this one. It is National Eggs Benedict Day. Ooh. How do you like your eggs, Benny, if at all?
Oh, I like
because
them.
I personally don't.
Oh, you know what? Do you want to tell us why before we get into it?
I don't. It doesn't appeal to me.
Okay.
I like my eggs just regular, over easy or sunny set up where I can dip the toast in the yolk and away we go. The whole sauce thing, because I know sometimes some places you go, some places you go and it sounds like great and it can make you a little. So I don't. Look, I don't care if people like it. That's cool. I'm all for it. I'm your biggest fan, but I stay out of those waters.
Well, it's a verb. Well, yes, and now. In this day and age, right? Because we're all foodies. Seemingly, there's all these sort of bespoke variations on Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, there's just so many different ways you can go with it. I've had salmon, little salmon Benedict.
You can.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in.
Will you be celebrating? Do you put up decorations or like?
No, I don't do anything around it, but I would.
Maybe place a call to Matt and wish him a happy Eggs Benedict Day.
I didn't have Eggs Benedict, but I should have because I had breakfast yesterday with Brian Hall at 92 years old.
Okay, and what did you...
Two men sitting in a Denny's.
And what was on your plate?
Over easy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Shredded.
Shredded.
Shredded
you gotta
potatoes.
You got to go shredded.
Yes.
They do a mean shred.
Yeah, they do.
Trev, you are an Eggs Benedict fan or what? Or how? Give me your perfect Eggs Benny plate. Is it just a simplistic thing, or are you dressing this up?
Always have been. Oh,
Yeah.
I love Eggs Benedict. It was kind of
Side of
weird.
fruit.
Yeah, side of fruit, hash browns, seasoned hash browns. Yeah, growing up, it was kind of the foods I look at and be like, I don't know, that looks a little weird. But then once I got in, I was hooked, and I'm hooked for the rest of my life. I like salmon. I went down that road. That's great.
Yep.
I have had fried chicken, which is surprising. Doesn't sound the great. Oh man,
Got time for that though.
it was so good. But I like just classic. Give me some bacon, but don't, I want a lot of bacon. I feel like when you go out, you get 2 slices. Nah, give me a lot. I want like 4 or 5 slices of bacon on my Eggs Benny. And then I'm not picky with the sauce. I know a lot of people are like that though. Oh, like the sauce is always what does it for them. Like my grandma, she never had it. There's only one place. No, I don't like any other sauces but this place. I'm like, really? I've never had that. Take me anywhere. I am not picky with the hollandaise sauce, but I love it. I love it, man. I'm going to have it for breakfast this weekend.
Lucas says the poached egg is overrated in general. I don't mind a poached egg, but not too soft. Eggs Benedict is an elite breakfast entree. Tube Sock says yolks should walk, not run. And I can't see.
I get it. I see what he did there.
Who had this one here? West Coast Benny at Trolls and Horseshoe Bay is a tradition unlike any other. Dave in Section T says.
Thank you.
A lot of people in the nasty chat. Where's this here? Smoked salmon Benedict, yes.
Yep.
Soft post braised short rib underneath and all the hollandaise.
What?
You can really add any meat accompanying to it, right? Like it just dresses it up even more.
Get after it.
Wheels says Brain Hall. What a legend. So
yes.
In Wheels fashion. Brain Hall.
Brain Hall.
Also have had steak with it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Steak is unreal as well.
You could do a probably like a farmer's sausage or something, or
sausage is
link.
great.
Don't mind breakfast
Any of
sausage
the above.
links.
Ham and
Any of the
Swiss.
above.
Yeah. What about ground beef?
Why wouldn't you?
Spam? Hot dog?
There are no limits.
Apparently not. Rams fan says, I want to hear more about this Brian Hall breakfast meeting at Denny's. You've teased people here a bit, yeah? More on the hangout.
That's great. Of course. Yeah, I'll do another 2 hours. That'll be good for me. Yeah.
The taste of the sauce varies. Norm says it can ruin the dish. That's just it. I don't want to kind of commit myself to anything and then have it all. It's a world I don't need to know about, Dave. I'm comfortable where I am. Jason Leduc, my wife's family does Eggs Benedict with homemade hollandaise sauce and mimosas on Christmas morning. We all sleep over on Christmas Eve, wake up to a wonderful breakfast. So how do you like your Eggs Benedict? Yeah, we'll get it in. And how are you celebrating today? 780-218-9999.
For those who observe.
Question number 2. With news that Live Golf, and now, Live Golf CEO says season to move forward, quote, full throttle. Now, you do need money to and the Saudi
full throttle.
The Saudi PIF. I mean, there's things happening in the world right now that maybe money will go to other places. But the question to this
reallocation of resources, we call it.
Question to this is not so much about Live Golf, but if there's one sport or league in the world that you'd like to see an offshoot of, which would it be?
Oh, wow. That's a great question.
780-218-9999.
So an existing league. So
yeah, and they say we're going to branch off, and there's teams or players. Well, teams, I guess, in this because it's team sport. But we're gonna do a little something else, and we'll play music during the game.
I really love the NFL, so I want NFL 2, right? That'll be just a little different.
No
and
Guardian caps.
Good. No, none.
Yeah.
No helmets.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what we're going for here. So it already exists.
Yeah.
But this other version will just be different enough.
But you'll take teams from that existing league. Like there'll be a schism, if you will. Like they'll be like, we're leaving. We're gonna do this.
Oh, I got you.
And then that type of thing. And then like, will you go side with the new fresh league, or are you a PGA hardo? Or are you gonna like that, or do you just enjoy the sport and you'll watch too, which is really the logical answer. I mean, why would you want more golf? You got best of both worlds there, but.
God, that's a fascinating question.
To me, I will always go baseball. Okay. And I've always said, the whole steroid era, and Triple P says steroid Olympics, give me a mutant league of baseball. If you want to experiment with all your wacky tobacco drugs, have at her, baby. And
it's laboratory ball.
Balls are flying 1,500 yards out of the thing. You are getting home. You're getting guys that are like 8 feet tall, pitchers that are humming balls 200 miles an hour over the plate. corked bats, the whole
Everyone
thing.
signs up knowing full well
Yes,
that what they're doing will be have significant ramifications to themselves.
Much like Live Golf.
Much like Live Golf, yes. And let's have at it. Bring me Ken Caminetti.
All of them. They all...
every Conseco you can find, I want them all.
You get them in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steroid Baseball League, Hyman's Pen says.
I know we've talked about it before. Look, in hindsight, we can furrow our brows and clutch our pearls and wring our hands and say, oh, God, that was so terrible. But, God, the stadiums were full and we cheered, and it was great.
We were breaking regularly scheduled programming on cable TV to go into a Cardinals whatever you want game. And here's the chase. It's on. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
so let's not get too caught up in the moralizing.
No.
That it was terrible.
Morals are for losers.
And Bond should be in the hall.
Trev, where are you going with this? Or is it baseball?
I'd have to go with, there was a game I played a lot growing up, NBA Street. I would like that. Street, NBA, but 1v1.
NBA Street.
You know, let's see who's the king of the court. 1v1. That's what I would like.
Like the and one dunk tapes type of thing, but you're having leagues and teams.
Those were great.
Yeah, so the Portland Trailblazers and a handful of other teams branch off, and they're taking it to the streets.
Yeah.
Have you watched? There's a Trailblazers document, Jailblazers.
Yeah, Jailblazers. Yeah, it's well worth your time.
But the players,
it's a good one.
The players can make their own team. I like that. You know, let's put together. It's not
nothing.
Yeah,
it's
like
you're really in the middle.
Free agents, everyone.
Yeah.
Like LeBron teaming up with Curry, and let's get Zion in there. I don't know.
Tom says NBA has the Euro League. The NFL is a strictly North American league, but
with aspirations of Europe.
Well, global.
And remember NFL Europe, which was it was football as we know it, but it was the NFL. Well, we know what the NFL was.
Yeah.
Our friend Kerry Joseph was there.
Tom goes on. He says they played baseball in other parts of the world. He goes, but I'd like to see some sort of a hockey league that's not KHL, but rivals both KHL and NHL. And I will raise that to
the
Tom.
World Hockey Association. I know I'm the old guy in the room, but many of our listeners and viewers will remember what the WHA was. It was a startup league.
But what did the W stand for?
World.
Yeah.
Yes, but they were in places like, Cleveland and New Jersey and, and all of the places.
Come
the
see
Toronto
the world.
Toros.
Yeah.
But they went head-to-head with the NHL, and they forced the NHL to pay its players better. Some top NHL players left the NHL to go to the WHA so they could get paid. And it did force change in the
Competition
NHL.
breeds success.
And the Oilers are one of the teams.
I would like to see, though, a hockey champions league. And I don't know. And again, this is fantasy thinking, scheduling, all that. I get it. Maybe I don't know how you make it work or what you do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the best of the best, say in the NHL overall standings, the top 7, 8, I don't know, whatever there. But
pick a number.
There's a top echelon of teams. If you finish in that, you then go on to play the champions of Sweden, Finland, whomever, and even throwing in some other countries who maybe aren't as good, but you win the Italy League while you're in the Champions League, and you get to play the Oilers or the whomever. Okay. I mean that'd be huge for them.
So these are existing NHL teams.
Yep.
I'm following, and these are club teams
and playing the champions,
Sweden,
of each country.
These aren't all-star.
Yeah,
teams.
no. These are club teams. Okay. But you play in a Champions League format, and then you kind of crown the best. Now, it'd probably be NHL teams winning it. Obviously, that's where the money is. But it doesn't always happen like that. And in other Champions League formats as well, you have to play the game. And maybe, if you are in a heated playoff race, you maybe won't take that Champions League as seriously as you would. But it does give other places around the world a chance to see the greats instead of just a beginning of the season, regular season 1 or exhibition play in kind of a rinky-dink circus atmosphere. This is
something on the line.
This is something on the line. This is or money or what have you.
So it's got to be money and a really cool trophy.
Money and
a very
sort
cool
of
trophy.
They can make whatever they want there, but and maybe a small automobile.
And a stuffy. Each player gets a stuffy. God,
everybody
Europe
gets
loves
a
a stuffy.
They love their stuffies.
They really do.
They do.
The Europeans. Crazy that way.
Where Norm says, or was it Norm? No, somebody wanted racquetball, NASCAR and racquetball that you were talking about. Is
Rocket
that
League.
Rocket League?
Yeah.
NASCAR,
so some
Rocket
sort of
League.
big
Thank
car.
God they've come up with that idea because I thought that was a void that needed to be filled.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually seen that before. Like I've seen some videos on the line of people attempting this. It looks fun. I'd like to do it.
Pro-Am Barry says, LTE, there is a Champions Hockey League. It's in Europe. It's literally called Champions Hockey League. No, I get that. Club teams in Europe. But I'm saying, like, I want the full meal deal.
Got it.
Of everybody.
When would we
KHL,
do
the
that
whole bit.
tournament? Because
That's the thing. I
you
don't
see?
know. This is all just
I know
fantasy thinking. Hampton Steve says, slam ball with NBA players would be insane. Would have to raise the rim to account for Wemby or Chet jumping on trampolines.
And Cooper Flag.
And don't forget Cooper
don't
Flag.
sleep on Cooper Flag.
Don't
please.
sleep on
Thank
Cooper
you.
Flag. I think that was question
2. Yes, it was.
Yes. Question 3. Boys, your preferred matchup for the Oilers in the opening round.
Utah, that's not happening.
No. Only the possibilities. And are either one of you going to say the Avalanche?
No.
Okay.
I will say I'll take Los Angeles, but only if I'm guaranteed that they never meet each other ever again.
I am firmly in the minority here. I want to see the Kings, because I think the Oilers, Ducks, whatever. I don't see anyone being head and shoulders above in terms of difficulty getting past.
Mm-hmm.
But I've grown to love this opening round series with the Kings in terms of the Korean
Can I
seniors.
wear my King's hat?
If you want.
The purple
Zach wears his all the time.
Oh, does he?
And he gets ragged for it.
Huh?
But you have it's LA, man. It's Los Angeles. And I know Anaheim's not too far, but it's Los Angeles. It's the Kings. There is history there. There's this whole thing of them meeting every year. This should be this is now a residency, if you will, between these two clubs.
The Sphere.
Well, it's like we should have a hotel downtown specifically built for the Kings. So when they travel here for the opening round of the playoffs, every single year they stay in this one hotel, and it's kind of built like a castle. They have a medieval theme about it. But you can really the whole spirit of these playoffs are set to make rivalries, and I don't know if this is a real bad blood hated rivalry between these two teams.
It's got historical.
It does,
and not just recent history, but back in the day.
Gretzky, the whole bit there.
Miracle on Manchester.
There's a lot of, So I think the series with the Ducks, and again, maybe it's a hot take, maybe it's not. It doesn't have as much pop to me as a series that the Kings would have, even though the fatigue is firmly set in. Who cares about the Ducks? I don't know. The players on the team are a little more
roster
sexy.
in front of me. Do we have any former? What do we got in Anaheim in terms of somebody to Radko Gudas, of course. We would dislike.
Yeah,
there was a lightning rod.
Well, there were a couple people texting in this morning say they're slightly concerned that the Kings might goon this series up.
I think so.
Yeah, and that would be
But I also think the Ducks could do that, if not more, with Triva.
If not more, yeah.
And Gudas. Those guys they're physical. They're tough. They're
they
annoying.
have funner younger players to watch.
More
offensively.
Yeah.
There's more excitement there.
Yes.
But I
wonder what Kings fans who do they want? Are they wanting to let's 1 year let's just take down those Oilers, or are they just nope, I don't want it.
This is an exercise that they go through.
Story before.
Yeah.
They're just putting in time until the NBA playoffs.
Well,
they're worried about LeBron.
Get your car washed here and you get a free 8-pack of tickets for tonight's.
Right.
Oh, the game's tonight, is it? Yeah.
I'll call a buddy.
I'll see if we can make it down there. Yeah. No, the care level quite clearly is not there, and I think home ice advantage for any Canadian market.
But
they don't.
Well, come on now. But true, if you can't find
18,000
people to go to an event in LA,
it's I don't know. To me, I don't mind. I actually give me the Kings. I like the Kings. It's
LT. No. Don't speak it. Don't say it.
But are you saying this from a point of you're concerned about them more so than
okay?
Yeah,
just annoying.
I get it.
So
you're tired. You're
fatigue.
Stylistically and everything. Yeah.
Okay. I want something new.
Mm-hmm. See Strider in the nasty chat. I just want to see Will Ferrell cry again.
See, those are funny.
Isn't that great?
When at the beginning of the game, they always how it was and how it's going.
And he looks so beat up.
He's so happy at the beginning.
But when he looks disheveled, he looks disheveled.
It's so funny. With some of the face paint he goes in with, and you're just like, he's pumped. He's feeling. He's got these banging the drum.
Yeah.
The game's done. He's sitting down
here with a cigarette.
That's what you want. You want to go down to LA and beat an LA team, and
I've seen it. Those memes last forever, though. I've seen that 4 times now. Many memes.
We need a fresh one.
It's all about the memes. It's all about the memes.
It's all about the
Those
memes.
will go down.
Of course it is.
for me, it's got to be the Ducks. Give me something new. I want to see Draisaitl, the Duck Hunter.
Too much orange.
It's been a long time.
It's a bit of an
I've only seen that series once in my life.
TV, you'll have to. Kyle the Embalmer says, check King's Reddit. Do you want to? I'm not going to check it. Can you explain what is going on in King? Never knew there was a King's Reddit.
Tell me.
Kyle the Embalmer, please enlighten us to what's going on King's Reddit. I don't peruse that as much as maybe I should be.
YouTube is going to go there right now.
Cheese says, boys, Jay Woodcroft is an Anaheim connection. Yes,
that's true.
There's something there.
Thank you.
Tubesock says, I have no fatigue about Kings Oilers. I think it's fun. With the Kings, we have playoff Will Ferrell. Everybody's the Will Ferrell thing. And Norm makes a good point, too. Dostal could be the difference. Goaltending, certainly, I mean, I know Forsberg in LA, last time they saw them, and he's been playing good as of late, and the Kings have been hot as of late. Like, both teams trending are in opposite directions right now.
Yeah.
But goaltending, I think you'd be more concerned about the Ducks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we're looking at, like, who it would put up more of a challenge, I think it's for sure the Ducks. It's not even close. But I take that. I want that challenge, and I want something new. And I think the Oilers have enough skill to beat them. I think it would go probably 6 or 7 games. But I still like their chances. But Dostal is definitely way better than...
This text comes in unsigned. You must be forgetting the decade of darkness where the Ducks beat up on us for fun. Also, they effed us over when Perry held Talbot's pad.
That's what I'm...
Bring on the Ducks. So a little...
Redemption.
Yeah.
There's some history.
Yeah, I get that too. These are good points. Either or. It will be the Ducks or the Kings. Or the Avalanche, but that's...
we don't go there.
We're not going to go there at all. But we will go to tonight's game with an Orange and Blue Breakfast. That's coming up next. Hour 3 of the Nielsen Show is brought to you by GD Liquidators. Auctions and appraisals. Mention EST. You get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. GDLiquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. 780-447-2787 or check them out 14510 124th Ave. If you are watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Pound that thumbs up. Give us another like here. You can't take them with you when you leave. We are 8 away from changing 200. Let's get that over the line today. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, we'll take a quick traffic update from Pauline Higgins and a sports update right now with YouTube Trev. And we'll be back with an Orange and Blue Breakfast. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielsen, Lieutenant Eric here on the Nielsen Show, brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
The finish line is finally here. The Edmonton Oilers wrap up their regular season tonight at home, hosting the Vancouver Canucks. Zach Hyman is a game-time decision as he looks to return to the lineup for the finale. Don't miss the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Tom Gazzola and Benny Thompson. Pre-game coverage kicks off at 6 o'clock with puck drop at 7. A 6-game slate last night brought some clarity to the playoff bracket. For the 5th time in their short history, the Vegas Golden Knights are Pacific Division champions. They secured their crown with a 4-1 win over the Kraken. The Senators ended the season on a high note, taking down the Leafs 3-1. Florida absolutely dismantled the Red Wings 8-1. Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks finished their campaign with a 5-2 victory over the Sharks. The Rangers doubled up on the Lightning, and Dallas hit the 50-win milestone in their final outing, edging the Sabres 4-3 in a shootout. Tonight's slate, 5 other games are on the board, including the Sharks and the Jets, with our very own Dustin Nielsen on the call. Plus, the Kings take on the Flames, and the Mammoth hosts the Blues. On the diamond, the Brewers snapped their 6-game skid en route to a 2-1 win over the Jays. They're back at it early today. To settle the score, Patrick Corbin takes to the mound for Toronto. First pitch is slated for 11:40. Play in action continued last night with 2 high-stake matchups. Tyrese Maxey dropped 31 points to lead the Sixers past the Magic 109-97. And Chef Curry Cooks pouring 35 points as the Warriors outlasted the Clippers 126-121. The tournament continues tomorrow with the Magic hosting the Hornets and the Suns taking on the Warriors. In the RBC Heritage Open, Jordan Smith is your new clubhouse leader. He is 4 under through 13. While Canadian Nick Taylor, he shot his way up to 8th. He is 2 under through 7. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
3 of the Nielson Show continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Dave Jamieson in for Dustin Nielson. He's got the call tonight. Jets and Sharks out in Winnipeg on TSN. YouTube Trev there and Lieutenant Eric with you as well. We've got the wrap coming up for William Huff. We'll have a Sound of the Day, Text of the Day winner as well for Royal Pizza, courtesy of the Paris Jewelers Inbox, and a Marmot Basin Snow Report as well. Fresh Marmot Basin Snow Report coming in from Jasper. But let's get into an orange and blue breakfast right now for GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton, Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. You can catch Tom Gazzola later tonight at 6 following the Reid Wilkins Show with your GCL Diesel pregame show. And then he'll be breaking it all down and setting things up, moving forward into the postseason on the GCL Diesel postgame show tonight following the game. You can watch that show and all of our programming today, 6 up until 6 on YouTube, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or at iHeart and TuneIn radio apps. Orange and Blue Breakfast, let's get into this one. Oilers and Canucks for the fourth and final time this season. Edmonton getting a win 3-1 back in October. Vancouver getting the best of them in overtime later on in October, 4-3 your final there. The Oilers would blank the Canucks 6-0 back in January. So this is the final. The Canucks looking for the split, and the Oilers looking to take the season series here and really get that home. Like, the Pacific, to me, I didn't really care. I mean, from an Oiler point of view, I said avoid the Golden Knights, let them have that. That's fine. But getting home ice tonight, you need a point.
Yeah,
I think they do.
Home ice matters,
and home ice and finishing second in this division this year, I think would be that's just good. And you get in, and it's one of the Ducks or the Kings. But getting into the lineups for tonight, from what we saw from the skate yesterday for the Oilers, McDavid between Savoy and Hyman, who is drawing back into the lineup. Nugent Hopkins centering Roslovic and Podkolzin. Josh Szymanski, Colton Dach, and Trent Frederick, the Bash brothers there, flanking Szymanski. And Adam Henrique, Curtis Lazar, and Kasperi Kapanen. Ekholm Bouchard, Nurse Murphy, Wallman Emberson, and Connor Ingram tonight. For the Vancouver Canucks, Marco Rossi between O'Connor and Carlson. Teddy Bluger, Brock Besser, and Liam Ogren. Elias Pettersson, Nils Höglander, and Jake DeBrusk. Ty Mueller, Atu Ratti, and Curtis Douglas on your fourth line. Your pairings are Zeev Bayum, Philip Hronik, Pettersson, Willander, and then Pettersson and Kuratsev on the third and final pairing. And in terms of goalies, Kevin Lankinen and Nikita Tolopilo. The Canucks are coming in this one, having won 3 in a row. And those wins were all in extra time. They got a shootout victory over the Sharks.
Never say die, Canucks.
Well, they're going out with a bang, yeah. Because you don't, at this point, when you're firmly out of it, you don't want to increase those lottery odds too much,
not at
right?
all.
You want to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
So a shootout win against the Sharks. They then had an overtime win over the Ducks and an overtime win against the Kings. So they're coming in a little hot, but they are on the road. As Tom Gazzola was saying, that plane trip out, you just kind of want to, you're playing out the string. You want to get it over with. But
midway through the third, you're down by a bunch. The equipment guy, grabs the sticks and just starts moving them down to the room.
Might as well start. Yeah.
Get a jump on
Get
things.
a jump on it all. Yeah.
Some of the cases get rolled in the back.
Yeah. Start untying the skates.
Yeah.
Just if you're, that type of thing. Well, okay. A key to an Oiler victory tonight. Where would you go with this?
Oh, I got it. I'm stealing from Craig Button, but it's so true. Bury the Canucks in the first 10 to 15. Just punt,
jump on them early.
Out.
They will. It'll be a gentleman's agreement that they will probably quit.
Exactly.
You can
then just go run time after that. They'll check out.
Yep, Hyman. If you want to deploy him in any sort of sense, I mean, you get him going, but then maybe you relax it a bit or whatever you want to do there, I guess. But yeah. Get it out of the way early. Is there another key to a victory tonight, Trev, that you've got on the key chain?
This game is done in the first 10, 15 minutes if the Oilers can really play their game and get up 1 to 2 goals. There's no fight back with this Canucks.
No.
They're checking out. They've checked out for a long time. So it couldn't be more right with strong start. Just start right from the first puck drop there. And then you want to see some goals from... I'm looking at the second line. I want everyone to play their part tonight. I've kind of loved how the bottom 6, even though they haven't really been scoring, they've been physical, they've been noticeable, they haven't been hurting the Oilers. But I like their checking. They're getting in there. They're fast. They're
Frederick and
Dach. Frederick and Doc, man. I like it. Yeah, Doc's bringing out a side of Frederick we haven't really seen. Even though we wanted to see it all season
and
long.
I'm guessing for Frederick, now he's got a running mate.
He
does the same kind of greasy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's finally healthy, I think we can say. It's been a while.
The
but
best in him, for sure.
Now, does this concern you at all? And I know Jasmine's in the nasty chat here. Canucks hate the Oilers, cannot sit pretty. There is no Evander Kane. There's no like Connor Garlands of the world, I guess, from games past with this team. But it is still a team that is a division rival. I don't think they necessarily care so much for the Oilers. You do have to come out and play a tough game. Like this is not. I know they're going to go whimpering into the night if you get up on them on the scoreboard. Right. But if it does get out of hand on the scoreboard early, like the Canucks aren't just going to say, "Hey, congratulations! Please enjoy your playoff. We'll roll out a carpet here for you and leave gracefully off the ice."
And listen, everything the Canucks have done for much of the season, or certainly recently, is about next year's. And laying foundation for whoever's going to run this team, whoever's going to coach that team. And clearly they have to move on for a bunch of reasons to whatever the next generation of Canucks are going to be and how they're going to. And so tonight, that some of those good young players that the Canucks have, I think, they set a tone.
Yeah. Or a bit of a message to themselves or for moving on forward. And yeah, I mean,
because they're not going to be good for a while, that franchise.
Right.
That's crazy. The turnaround from this team, almost advancing to the Western Conference Final a few seasons ago to getting the best odds to drafting Gavin
But there
McKenna.
are some pieces there, and you could see them.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to be good, you take the D off that word and you add an N.
Right.
Goon.
I see what you did there.
And that's just another thing. Like looking at this team, like they are soft. They are so soft. Long gone are the JT Millers, the Kiefer Sherwood, who is moving the needle for them physically.
He's got an anger issue.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a tantrum.
Well, the Connor Garland episode,
he's
things
a little
that
bit of a
passed,
rat.
Kane not on the ice. Like there's no real sandpaper, I guess.
Nothing on this. So yeah, if you're worried about, I'd be way more worried, obviously, if they played the likes of the Anaheim Ducks. But there's no one on this.
Flames would be a worrying thing, but So I mean, level of concern for tonight, not just on the scoreboard, but in terms of what the Canucks might bring in terms of a pride point of view or looking to make their mark on the Oilers heading into the postseason. I don't know if there's a lot, but maybe there is some for some of you out there. Just diving into the Paris Jewelers inbox here. What should the Canucks do? I don't understand the question there. I guess show up and play the game.
Finish the season. Finish the game quickly tonight and go home. And reset.
Kyle the Embalmer on the Kings Reddit thing. He says he checks back in. He says, looks like it's 50-50. They want to finally beat us. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they do.
Okay. That's where I need to be going.
I kind of find it funny that it's 50-50. You're saying the other 50 don't want to? Like they like the matchup, but they're like, yeah, they're good with making the opening round exit yet again. Like
right.
Yeah, as long as we're here and in the mix, it's fine. Get Connor 2 goals for reasons, Kyle says. I think for a prediction tonight, too, he's getting 50.
Hope so. That'd be nice.
We hope, but I think you've seen things on the line with him, and in a game like this against the opposition as it is, any other player, you might say, well, 2 goals. I mean, you got to, but he will take it upon himself and force himself one way or another to find 50.
Yeah, I think so. It's gonna be interesting the time on ice for him though.
Well, this is the great divide, right?
Like get the work done early.
Get it done early.
Get it done early.
Yeah, but that'd be nice. I remember Leon Draisaitl's first 50-goal season way back when, 18-19 or. Yeah, 18-19, I believe, but he scored 50 on Mike Smith last game of the year, which was awesome. So kind of the same scenario tonight. But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Kana.
Oh, Brian the accountant, he said, what should the Canucks do? He followed up with, what should the Canucks do about Elias Pettersson?
Yeah.
Look, I don't
Working
care.
on a video, like his downfall is.
Oh, it's
something else.
It's a shocking downfall is a great word for it. I mean, if you can set aside, what happened internally with a teammate or a couple of teammates, and he's had personal challenges off the ice, correct?
Yeah.
And then his game, like it's he does not even remotely resemble what he once was.
Well, you talk about a softness too, and there's that he's a definition and epitomizes the softness.
When he first entered the league, there's clips on any given night of him just getting bullied. So it's actually a video I'm working on with the whole Canucks downfall. But I mean, he's the main driver of that, or the main focus, I guess. But you're paying him $12 million, right around $12 million, almost $12 million for 51 points this year. Like,
well,
that's tough. That's a tough look. Canucks fans are definitely not happy. And I don't know if this is a case where you see that, and sometimes some players can bounce back. I don't know if I really don't think
change of scenery.
Yeah, change of scenery. Maybe I think that would be best for him. But
probably best for all parties in this
situation. Eating contract dollars.
Yeah. Do they have the appetite?
Right.
Tom says, I feel like the Kings had a chance to beat us, and then they traded away Perry. He would have brought the gamesmanship to the series that we Oilers fans were used to. And I think that would have caused us some problems, but now he's not there. I fully agree with that. I don't. Yeah. That deal, I was kind of interesting there. But now Perry with the Lightning. The Lightning will make it to the Cup final and they'll ultimately lose. Yeah, which is the Perry way. Mike outside of Edmonton. Breaking news from Kings Reddit. They want to beat us.
No.
Well, that's. I was expecting something. Kyle the Bomber, you put us on a tee there, and I was like, ooh, what's Kings Reddit got?
Something big.
50-50. They kind of want to beat us. I'm jesting a bit, but it didn't really scratch the itch I was looking for when he said that. So that's your Orange Room Breakfast for GCL Diesel. Once again, Tom Gazzola, GCL Diesel pregame show tonight, 6 o'clock immediately following the Reid Wilkins show with Jay Milne. If you are listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, the sports talk doesn't stop in about 10 minutes. We keep going throughout the day. The hangout coming up 9 to 11. Maddie Iwanek will be in. Then it takes you up to the lock shop. I do believe Iwanek's doing that. Dustin Nielsen's got the call in Winnipeg tonight. Jets and Sharks on TSN. So lock shop 11 to noon. You got two guys and a goalie with YouTube Trev and
with me and Gager.
So
Gager and I.
Taking you through noon to 1. Gager will be back 1 to 3 EST afternoons with Hernan Salas. And then, as mentioned, the Reid Wilkins show 3 to 6 leading up to tonight's GCL Diesel pregame show. Let's get into your Marmot Basin snow report.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. 1 sec. Here we go.
And this fresh off the press from Brian Rode, who was on the Reid Wilkins show yesterday. What a fabulous season we have had so far, and it's not over yet. Snow conditions this season have been so good. In April, continuing to deliver with another 22 centimeters of fresh snow over the past 2 days. Marmot is wide open until May 3. Every run across the entire mountain open, including the high alpine bowls and Marmot Cirque off the knob chair. Really doesn't get any better than this, he says. So thank you for everyone getting up there and supporting them. And we thank Marmot Basin for supporting us. And get up there. Great conditions right now. Temperatures are nice. And as you heard there, the snow continuing to fly. Great snowpack up there. 22 centimeters of fresh pow over the last 2 days. So get up to Marmot. And if you are getting up there, let us know. Send some pictures, as Brian did as well. Wish I could show you these pictures, but looking great up there at Marmot Basin. For more info, go to Marmot Basin. SkiMarmot.com is the website you can go for more details on what they got going on up until the end of the season. That is your Marmot Basin Snow Report. Time for the wrap right now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, and why wouldn't you? Once again, you go to WilliamHuff.com/shop right now. And you can get into all, and they have a couple of different packages for the Oilers playoff banners, stickers, decals, all that stuff. You want to dress up your office, you want to dress up your home, you want to dress up your man, woman cave, garage, whatever. I mean, there's no limit to where these things can be displayed, but we had it on earlier in the week. Nice and bright, nice and fresh. Oilers 2026 playoffs. Don't miss out. WilliamHuff.com/shop, or any of your wrapping needs or services, whether it's for your office, your house, and so forth. WilliamHuff.com. What did we learn on the show today, gentlemen?
Trevor hates farmers.
No,
but
I
loves
love
it. Eggs
farmers.
Benedict.
I love farmers. That wasn't me that said that. Someone said
okay.
that earlier.
Okay,
No,
I must have misheard.
Well, the texter said, F the farmers, Trev.
Yeah.
So I think you were talking about them.
Because we were talking about the moisture. I was like, guys, but you got to think about the farmers.
And then he comes back with F the farmers, which was quite a play. I
did not see that coming in this province.
Well, it led to a lot of rebuttal in the Paris Drewler's inbox.
Sure.
And I think he's kind of standing alone there. But Trev, what did you learn anything today? If not, that's fine too. It's not. We're not here to educate.
I learned it's education, or it's International Eggs Benedict Day. Which is
national,
which is a pretty big day for us, for me. I learned that Craig Button,
all of us.
Is that what's for supper tonight? Are you going to whip up a hollandaise?
Maybe. You never know. I learned that Craig Button, this audio is still just...
but we keep that between us. As far as Dusty's concerned, it worked
flawlessly.
Right? We'll just keep that.
Right, that'll just stay with
in-house
us.
secret. Yeah,
you got it.
It's between the three of us and all of you out there. Just don't say anything.
And then Reid doesn't like the 84 game schedule next season, which I agree.
But he's a big fan of the McIntyre playoff system.
Good
to which
Lord. I spent a bit of time on the McIntyre system, and I'm no further ahead.
I do like when you have a chance, like you've lost twice so far through the playoffs, and you're still like you're somehow on a bye.
Yeah, you still managed to kind of navigate through, and you may raise the trophy.
You can lose 3 times through the playoffs and still end up the champion.
A giant koala, or whatever they give out for the
$1 million game. I think it is.
Yes,
whatever
the
they
$1 million
have, right?
game. I
Geelong
remember that.
Cats and whatever. I learned this morning that there is an 8% chance, courtesy Rod Z, who we all think is probably not a human with some of the numbers that he brings both on this show, the hangout, the lock shop, and all that. I don't know where he gets these. He's a very smart, educated man.
Numbers guy.
But he's a numbers man. 8% chance that the Oilers draw the Avalanche, which it ain't happened. They're getting a point. Just need a point.
Yep.
They're getting 2, right?
2 points.
It's within their grasp.
I don't even feel. I know we come on here some mornings and we say things, and it's like, oh, don't jinx it. Oh, you said shutout. Ooh, all this stuff. No,
they're getting it done. McDavid, we trust.
Do you think the Ducks and Kings both rattle off wins tonight? Like, how do you think that's
find away Flames, goes? Baby? They're going to come away with the dub tonight.
They're a gritty group. In Calgary.
Yeah, they are.
They
always.
I like the way that team has kind of forged an identity.
Yeah, they have. It's I think you said it earlier in the week. The Flames, they always do it when they're down and out.
And it doesn't matter. That's when they play their best hockey.
They play their best.
Yeah, they love.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah. They love being that type of team.
Yes.
Ducks tonight in Nashville, Kings tonight in Calgary. That's your out-of-town scoreboard, watching to see how all this develops over the course of the evening, and, of course, Oilers and Canucks. We'll do a text of the day here, but let's get to your sound of the day. It was Gary winning Kind of Easy Trivia this morning, a first-timer as well, so congratulations to him. He unlocks a Club 8 Loop remix from the vault.
Drivers and Danica!
Oh, he's on the move.
Start your engine!
That guy ought to be held accountable.
There's nothing you can say.
Disgusting.
Him and her got it on. Woo-wee! Wow!
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
I think if memory serves me correct, I was traded.
Get up and act like a man, for God's sake.
I was traded.
Right. Petrie passing it down to Gagne, centering it. They score! 1-0 Edmonton.
You can't have a dog if you're Michael Vick.
Ball to Eberle from a sharp angle. In front, score! Justin Schultz came down the back door, and it's 2-0 Edmonton.
Absolutely unbelievable from him.
Emsky to Petrie. Jordy Ben staying at arm's length. The shot, they score! How did that go in? It bounced around, and it's 3-0 Edmonton.
Move your butt along the wall. You're just standing there. I've seen this for 3 years.
Jordy Ben lost it. Hemsky drags it, scores 4-0 Edmonton. Finally, their power play clicks, and they are well on their way in Dallas tonight.
Oh, yeah!
Eager steps on side. Petrell sidestep to gain the line on side to Eager. He scores. Ben Eager is in on the action. That's his first, and it's 5-0 Edmonton. Ouch.
Who's your daddy?
The impact split open the trailer, spilling its load.
Oh, is that dirty?
He is the first shooter for the Edmonton Oilers. Gagne.
Classic. Edmonton. Classic.
Classic Club 8 Loop remix from the vault there. Congratulations, Gary. He's off to Mr. Mike's. Text of the day for Royal Pizza. You could be going dining out on Royal Pizza tonight. And hell, you can order it this morning. RoyalPizza.ca. You placed the order this morning. Bing, bang, boom. The
How
pizza's
does
at
that
your place.
happen?
The internet, Dave. I know you. We'll
This
take you
is a
behind the.
prop.
This is all fake. He's not even connected.
No,
he's not looking at anything there. But if you
Wow,
go
they can
online,
do that, eh?
if you go online to RoyalPizza.ca, you place your order this morning,
Okay.
and then the pizza shows up. And if you win text of the day, it gets you $20 to Royal Pizza. We have 3 texts, boys, and they all kind of go over a different route here. So we'll put this to the root.
Or route.
Route.
Okay.
Rough.
Yes.
Baggio. Chris Pronger is the J. Peterman writing his life stories, but it was Kramer. I was wearing the very pants I was returning. So going into Pronger's book, you were talking about how some of these tales were maybe ginned up a bit. And maybe it was Kramer. Maybe
Just a bit of juice.
He was buying stories from Mike Comrie or something. I don't know. So there's that one. A nice Seinfeld reference tied into the Chris Pronger stuff. That's from Baggio.
Yes.
Piers, I believe I'm saying that right. P-I-R-Z. Pers. Does Sens Nation know Dusty is sleeping with their mistress?
Oh, my.
Dustin Nielson will be on the call tonight out in Winnipeg, calling the Jets and Sharks. He did the Sens game earlier in the season.
Can Nielsen ultimately do every Canadian team?
Well, Sens Reddit was praising him, but what do they say now? That he's flirting with, again, as Piers points out, sleeping with the mistress.
Let's get to Jets Reddit tomorrow morning. See what they say.
Maddie's a big Reddit guy.
Yes, I loves Reddit.
And then Dr. Evil chimes in. The Vancouver Cucks should lay down and take it.
Come on now. Oh, no, come on now. Come on
well, we know
now.
where you're going here.
Okay, I think we're going with
he's
number
coming
3.
over the top rope. Yeah, well.
Wow.
I should have maybe said that one first and gave the other people a chance there, but, well.
I mean, that was good. I like it.
He incorporates the name Canucks, which you can also,
I'm aware.
But then the laying down and taking it, giving its last day.
Double entendre.
Yeah, exactly. They should sit in the chair in the corner of the room and just watch.
I love me a good old double entendre. Yes.
Just watch.
Just sit there and watch.
Watch the performance. Don't get involved. Just watch, right?
As any true Canuck
Just
would.
observe.
Just observe. So, Dr. Evil.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yeah.
I just didn't see that coming.
I know. We gave it to you. Dr. Evil, you're off to Royal Pizza. Congratulations, mate. Thank you so much. Dave Jamieson, you'll be back tomorrow. We got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. Chris Johnson of TSN. They've been doing...
and he's got...
Well, we'll get
we
to
got to
that
get
tomorrow.
there with CJ tomorrow.
This is... you talk about a forensic audit, hey?
Yeah.
We've been through a few of those, but this is going to be... This is going to be a national... This is like the summit when the World Juniors.
Chris,
like
we're taking you off Stanley Cup coverage. You just stay in bed with the Leafs.
Yeah, Pelly, go.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of our guests today. Craig Button for being a superstar team player, always on the call. He joined us today on the Firehouse Subs hotline as well. Reid Wilkins, he's by 3 to 6 today on the Reid Wilkins Show alongside Jason Milne. Hour 3 was brought to you by GD Liquidators Auctions and Appraisals. Don't forget, you mentioned EST, you get 5% off anything new or used. Don't miss their monthly online auctions, gdliquidators.com, Canadian owned and operated. You can give them a call, 780-447-2787, or check them out, 14510 124th Ave. I do believe it's Matthew Almonic, Jasmine, and Jolene Latimer on today's EST Hangout. That's coming right up here. Want to thank as well all of our sponsors, Weiss Johnson for presenting the show, Play Alberta. Maddie's going to have more on that as well coming up in the Hangout. Coming up on 95.7 Cruise FM, we're going to get you back to some rock and or roll. Rise Against Savior. That's coming up on the FM dial. But if you want more sports talk, head over to edmontonsportstalk.com or check us out on the YouTube. For YouTube Trev and Dave Jamieson and for Dustin Nielsen, I'm Lieutenant Eric saying goodbye. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning and really get into this playoff mix. Bye-bye.